What's going on, people? Welcome to another Emotion Football live stream. My name is Alam, and today we got a watch along for Chiefs and Chargers. We got a whole Sunday of football to talk about. Really excited for this one. Shout out to everybody that's watching live. 8 people tuned in right now. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on replay, the best way to show your appreciation for what's going on is just that. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, run the numbers up. With all that stuff out of the way, shout out to all my people in here. I see King is in here. I see Gail is in here. Good to see you guys. Excited for this one. I see Daniel's in here. But yeah, big up to King. I see you're pointing this out early. You're pointing it out early, so you know his name is Chris Collinsworth, but for today we're gonna call him Jay Glazer. With all the glazing that we're gonna expect today, man. Philly, you're next. Yup. We gotta put our friendship aside for 1 week, where this is a big battle, because truthfully, like, I think the Ravens are going to go on a run. The Eagles have to go on a run to keep up with Detroit. So very, very important game for both teams. Bit of a weird week for Philadelphia, but we'll get into it. Shout out to Gail. I see Gail saying tough Packers loss, but congrats to and King for the team's wins. Yeah, it was a tough one. That was a very tough one. I talked about it in the stream. I was like, my time as a Packers fan has been very up and down. For that 3 hours that I was a Packers fan, man, I experienced some high highs. Well, the interception in the second half, that was amazing. But man, some lows definitely defensively at the end. What else do we got? Enjoying this bye week. Chelsea with Miami. But yeah, no. Indy had a decent bye week in the sense of well, actually Baltimore and what's it called? Denver didn't even play. Who lost though? Somebody lost that was important. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping. Houston had a bye week too. Damn. AFC's like wild card race / AFC South race had no movement at all. First play of the game, we got, I think that's Pacheco with the ball. So I'm going to get the scoreboard up here. Where are we? Here we go. Okay. We're good to go. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one because Buffalo lost, so Kansas City has a chance to get 2 games up on Buffalo. Buffalo is the tiebreaker, so that would be really important for Kansas City. Again, I do think Kansas City is going to lose on Christmas. But the other losable games, I was identifying the Chargers and the Broncos games. My issue for today, though, is I think the Chargers offense looked like shit without a running game last week. So I'm scared for them for that reason. But if they figure it out, they have a chance to win this game. I just went away from my upset pick because of the way the Chargers looked without J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, Bills versus Rams was peak versus peak. That was crazy. That was crazy. We beat the Cavs. Time to get a W. Pick up on. I gotta go watch the Timberwolves. So I want to say Skull Vikes finally won a game with a large margin. Eagles barely survived. Leggett with awful drop. No playoffs for the Jets. Oh, congrats, Surfell. Sounds like a good time. Go enjoy the Timberwolves. Boo the shit out of Rudy Gobert whenever you get the chance. Just do that for me one time. But yeah, no, all facts here. All facts. All facts. First and 10 for the Chiefs around midfield. Mahomes drops back. Finds Kelsey in the middle of the field. Good start for Kansas City so far. Already on the other side of the field. But yeah. No, excited for this one. Who do we get tomorrow? Bengals, Cowboys. That one doesn't change much from a playoff standpoint. So as this game goes on, like this game impacts the playoff landscape a little bit, but for the most part, we don't have to worry about tomorrow. That means we have quite a bit to talk about as far as the playoffs go. Hopefully we get a chance to run through a season prediction because those just get more and more meaningful the less games we have to pick. Xavier Worthy, easy 8 yards on first down. Chiefs are making it look easy early here. But yeah, what game are we going to talk about first? I kind of want to wait for Joel to get here before I talk about them. So I guess we can talk about Falcons Vikings at the first opportunity because Surfell's here for now. and he's gonna have to go soon. But yeah, that was the first convincing win for Minnesota in a while. And bro, Atlanta has to bench Cousins. They have to play Penix. And I know that that's not like a particularly hot take, but if you look at the next two games, they play the Raiders and the Giants. Those teams are just so detrimental. Like you're talking about Drew Lock and Desmond Ridder. You're going to win those games. If you win those games with Kirk, there's 2 games left. At no point are you ever going to be able to pivot to Penix. If you pivot to Penix now and you let him get those 2 easy games to get his footing underneath him, maybe you have a chance to actually, who knows how the team looks with him in those last 2 weeks. I think they played the Panthers and the Commanders. So winnable games, like you have a chance to maybe run the table with Penix. I think they have no chance to run the table with Kirk. It's done. I think they lose against the Panthers with Kirk, and I think they probably lose against the Commanders with Kirk as well. Pacheco up the middle on 3rd and inches. Revenge game. Bro, it was bad. It was bad. And it's weird because, like, he was playing so bad going into the game. It almost felt like, okay, this is at least you have like the motivation thing going for you. Like you should surely do something better. But he showed up and just kept playing like shit. Last 4-game losing streak, 8 picks, no touchdowns in the 4-game losing streak. That is like, under no circumstances should a player playing that way keep his job. Like it's unfair to the team. It's unfair to just integrity. It's unfair. Penix, he has to get a look. Incompletion here to Kelsey on 1st down. So that's my big takeaway. We're going to get to that game whenever we get to the game naturally. Actually, well, it's going to be the first game. But, bro, Penix has to get the start. And again, your schedule is blessed you. He gets to be matched up against Ridder and Drew Lock. First 2 starts, right? Easy matchups. Should be able to get his footing underneath him. He could show up and play like shit if he has that in him to start his career. You know, some quarterbacks need to adjust. He can do that, and you can still win those games. And if you lose against the Raiders or the Giants, it doesn't matter because you're screwed you're screwed generally if that's the case, right? The problem goes beyond the quarterback position if you drop those games. So to me, the decision is easy. What a person might say is that going benching Kirk Cousins at this point is embarrassing. But no, the problem is you put yourself in a position where it was going to be embarrassing regardless. If Penix wasn't good enough to take an aging Kirk Cousins job off an Achilles tear, it would be embarrassing to draft Penix where they drafted him. If Penix is good enough to take Kirk Cousins' job early, it's embarrassing to pay Kirk that money. But the point is you actually put yourself in a position where you're getting embarrassed regardless. That's where the mistake was made. And to me, oh, wow. Chargers D-line steps up on 3rd down. 3rd and 10, get a sack on Mahomes. Surely this forces a field goal. But yeah, the mistake was already made. Now you just have to live in the situation. Like you have to just like almost acknowledge that mistake was made, put it in the past, and then just move forward neutrally. And yeah, that involves Penix getting the nod for sure. But yeah, big play here. Chargers forcing a field goal. You got this random dude here kicking a field goal. I think his name is Matthew Wright. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, it looked like he could have. Oh, he barely made it. Yeah, it looked like if he misses to the right, that's poetry. That's poetry. But yeah, commercial break. We'll get to that first game. Maybe Surfell's here, still here, maybe not. But yeah, Falcons, Vikings. So yeah, the big takeaway here is that the Vikings finally played well. That's good. Darnold threw 5 touchdowns. First Vikings quarterback to do so since Dante Culpepper. So that's cool. Offense looked good. Addison and Justin Jefferson scored long touchdowns. They made a lot of plays. I don't know what the stat lines look like, but they played really well. And like, it was so interesting because I was watching Red Zone. I had Red Zone on my computer. I had the Eagles game on the TV. When I watched the first Addison touchdown, which was Darnold scrambling, throws it deep. Addison comes back to the ball, catches a touchdown, right? Later on in the game, they scored a similar touchdown to Jefferson, and I was looking at my screen to Red Zone, and I'm like, are they showing a replay? And I'm like, wait, no, it's a different receiver. And I couldn't believe it, but they scored 2 touchdowns the exact same way. But yeah, the offense made it look easy. I don't even think the offense had a good first quarter. I think they stumbled out of the gate, but once they figured it out, they were flying. Really encouraging sign for Minnesota. Minnesota quietly is potentially going to give Detroit a run for their a run for their money in this division, because I say this because they play the Lions in the last game of the year. The Lions are going to be going up against a very motivated Buffalo. I love the Rams because they are going to have Buffalo teed up for that game against Detroit. And again, as a fan of a team that needs Detroit to lose, that was major. But I say this because Minnesota, again, quietly only has 2 losses, 1 game behind Detroit. Detroit could drop a game next week. If you look at the Vikings schedule, Bears, Seahawks, Packers, the 3 opponents before the Lions, there's a chance the Vikings and Lions could meet in the last week with both teams only having 2 losses. And that is truly sensational stuff. That's something I'm definitely cheering for. I hope it happens. But yeah, Minnesota, again, they haven't been playing great for like over a month now. Actually, I'd argue maybe even close to a couple months. But the fact that they had this happen, hopefully momentum is building. Hopefully they're on an upward trajectory, and hopefully they run the table so that game against Detroit is meaningful. I would love to see that be a meaningful game. So yeah, that's definitely where my rooting interest is at with Minnesota. On Atlanta side of things, what I want to say about Atlanta is that this game was Atlanta's funeral, as we know it, because let's obviously we can talk about Kirk Cousins' struggles, and he's playing so bad that you can't really make too big of a deal of the rest of the pieces offensively. That's the play caller, the weapons, the line, because when the quarterback is playing that bad, everybody's job is really hard. So I'm not really even going to fixate about the rest of the pieces on the offense. What I'm going to fixate on is just how garbage the defense was today. They had let Sam Darnold have a career day. That's horrible. You're a franchise who has spent a lot of resources on this defense, and you have a defensive head coach. You have a head coach that has had a lot of good defenses in this league. You spent money on 2 safeties. That's not common in the NFL to spend money on 2 safeties. They did that. They have AJ Terrell. They traded for Matt Judon. Part of the reason they traded for Matt Judon is because the rest of their pass rush is shit. But the point is like investments have been made, resources have been committed to the defense. You have a defensive head coach. Zero excuses for being this bad. This is supposed to be the strength of their team. My expectation for Atlanta being a good team, mind you, I didn't think they were going to be a good team, but their blueprint had to be our defense leads us and our offense follows, meaning their defense keeps the other team's points low. And again, whether you're playing Penix or you're playing old man Kirk Cousins, you have Bijan to, again, extend the game for you, or like slow the game down, like take the possessions out of the game, control the game on the ground. And Cousins supposed to be, or Penix, whoever it is, just make the right plays when you need to. That's how this team is supposed to function. If you think this team is supposed to come out and score 40 points a game, you have this situation misunderstood, I think. This was supposed to be a defensive team, and their defense is completely terrible. So, yeah, this week was Atlanta's funeral. Looking at Atlanta's schedule, again, 2 very easy games coming up. They probably win those games and get to 8-7. But once they get to 8-7, there's a very realistic chance I think they drop those last 2 games and drop to 8-9. So I think Atlanta's not going to make it again. Oh, big play by Quentin Johnston to get 18 yards, hold on to the ball, which we know is a hard thing for him to do. But on top of that, hold on to the ball with the shot to the helmet, and the Chargers get past midfield just like that. Huge play, about 18 yards on the reception, 15 more on the penalty, 33-yard play there. So, big play for the Chargers. What else was I going to say? Yeah, that's all about all when it comes to Vikings Falcons, man. Vikings played great. Falcons are cooked. Falcons are cooked. Ooh, that's tough for Bolton, man. He came very close to missing the helmet. Actually, no, that's shoulder on shoulder. Also, guys, I'm very starving. I haven't got a chance to eat yet. So I am going to eat. I'm going to try to hopefully keep the eating sounds to a minimum. Who's this running back number 30? Is this Vidal? It's the Chiefs. We don't give a fuck. Where's Disco Flash at? Where's Disco Flash at? We got Chiefs fans finally, to watch the Chiefs game with. I think I was looking at it. The last time I did a Chiefs game was Saints Chiefs, Monday Night Football early in the year. But yeah. It's been a minute. Surprisingly, the Chiefs haven't really been in that many crazy games or like television-worthy games. Like, high key, they're not an entertaining team to watch. This is not flea flicker. Herbert steps up, takes a shot. Oh my God. A flea flicker turns into a contested 50-50 look for Quentin Johnston. What the hell? We got to credit the Chiefs defense there. They had that figured out pretty all the way through in that play. But yeah, no, I look forward to next week. Looking at the schedule, so I kind of expected to not be into the games this week too much. I was looking at the matchups and I wasn't particularly like excited about a lot of them. Oh, tight end screen to Disley. It wasn't there initially. Got to him late, got 5 yards, but there are flags on the play. But next week, man, Eagles Steelers is awesome. Where's the other one? Bills Lions is awesome. Colts Broncos, you might not be impressed with the names, but in terms of a game with stakes, that's a very high stakes game. Bucks Chargers, again, those names don't like make you go holy shit, but very high stakes game. Packers Seahawks, which will be the Sunday night game, and we will be there. Very high stakes game. What else? There's another one. Oh, no, there's not another one. But what I was going to say, Chiefs Chargers in Cleveland, watch this space. I think that game's going to be chaotic. I think the Chiefs will pull it out, but I think it'll be kind of similar to the Eagles Panthers. Yeah, I think Chiefs Broncos is going to be, Chiefs Browns is surprisingly going to be a game. Herbert with his legs. Herbert makes the first guy miss, can't make the second guy miss. I think he got them to the edge of field goal range, but I'm not entirely sure. They're bringing on the field goal unit, right? That looks like a punter. They're punting? Nah, not big Herbert after that play, man. I thought he got them in field goal range. Small Herbert. Actually, probably medium Herbert. It would have been a 57-yard kick. Maybe the conditions aren't great. Also, I don't know who the kicker is. Maybe he's ass. I'm surprised too, bro. That should have been a field goal attempt from... Why did this not refresh? It should have been a field goal attempt from I guess 57 is a risk. Where were they at? Yeah, that's a 57-yard kick. I don't know, man. I feel like if you have a good kicker, you kick from 57. I'm cosplaying Chris, but instead glazing the Chargers. You're evening it out. You have to balance out the universe. I hear it. Okay, for next game we'll go to Saints Giants. Okay, so Saints Giants. Shocked that it was a close game. Derek Carr is out, which means the Saints are going to lose out from this point onwards. We saw this already this year, guys. Derek Carr went down, and this team just lost 7 in a row. So, looking at the Saints schedule, but they're cooked. Yeah, they play the Commanders next week. Commanders, Packers. Oh, actually, they play the Raiders. They might beat them. But yeah, Saints are about to lose out. This is done. They look pretty shitty. Again, I'm shocked that Marquez Valdez-Scantling is having a career resurgence. But yeah, Saints are cooked. Giants also very cooked. I became a big Giants fan in the middle of this game when they cut the 11-point lead down to 3. I really wanted them to get this win to screw up their draft positioning. So I was heavy in my Giants fandom. But then they messed it up. Drew Lock, not a fun quarterback to cheer for when that's the quarterback for your team. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, very surprised that this was a close game up until Derek Carr's injury. So yeah, with him being out, Saints are obviously are cooked. Giants side of things, come on, they got to get a W, man. I need Shador to the Raiders. Cam Ward can go to the Giants. I think that they would mess his career up. But yeah, being a Giants fan for a few minutes was not fun. And I saw Malik Neighbors absolutely just like lashing out on the sidelines. Like, I think he said, "You guys are calling plays like I'm not here." Get used to it, buddy. Welcome to being a New York Giant. Similarly, a low-scored game that was also very shit. Jaguars Titans. Did not see a second of this game. Kind of surprised to see Mac Jones get the W. Both. It's not even valid to say both defenses dominated because they didn't. But both offenses suck. But if you think that, if you look at the Jags and acknowledge that they have a coach that hates being there, an offensive coaching staff that was ineffective, and a quarterback named Michael McCorkle Jones, you can understand why their offense is shit. The Titans had basically a fully healthy offense, and they played like complete shit. So Titans, you had a couple games where you showed some momentum or like some starting to figure things out a little bit, and I thought maybe they regressed, like not regressed, that they like, you know how they say regressing back to the mean, the opposite, like progressing to the mean, like you were worse than you probably should have been and now you're getting a little bit better. I was very wrong. This team's actually just shit, and I know that they were pretty banged up, but still, you got to be able to beat Michael McCorkle. You just have to, and they didn't. So yeah, Jaguars, I mean, Titans, you guys suck. I'm just assuming they're going to lose out from this point. Because if you couldn't beat Michael McCorkle, man, there's no hope. Let me check this schedule, though. Tennessee plays Bengals, Colts, Jags, Texans. I guess maybe they might accidentally beat the Jags again. Or no, accidentally beat the Jags in the first place. But yeah, other than that, it's about to be really bad for Tennessee. Next one we'll get to is Raiders Bucks. But yeah, we're starting to see Kareem Hunt. I think Kareem Hunt has got every snap on this drive. So the first drive was the Pacheco drive. This drive is, I guess, the Kareem Hunt drive. Quick pass to Nuke. I saw Christian Fulton get absolutely destroyed by Baltimore. So I'm assuming he's the corner they're going to go after. Take this back because he's not mid. He's as bad as it gets. He's Desmond Shitter, like not midder. He's terrible. But yeah, that team is guaranteed to lose out. I watched what the Giants did. I'm like, okay, hold on. Maybe they can win a game. But yeah, the Raiders are guaranteed to finish 2-15. 100%, bro. This is accurate. Calling him Desmond Midder is actually an injustice to all the mid quarterbacks. They don't deserve that. Mahomes hit on third down. Another huge play by the Chargers defensive line. What are they calling here? That's not a touchdown, right? But yeah, a huge play by the Chargers defensive line on the third down. Chargers. I don't know if the Chiefs converted a third down on their way up the field in the last drive, but huge plays there in big moments. Tui Pelotu getting to Pat Mahomes. That's a pretty good rush front if you can put Bosa, Mac, and Tui Pelotu all on the field at the same time. Wherever Jen Will is, I'm sure he's happy. Darius Davis to return this punt. Punt God to put this in the air. It's a damn good punt too. Oh wow. Oh wow. To get a punt that far down the field with good backspin? What a punt. Bro, remember how I was talking shit about the NFL's Twitter account for the Thursday night game, Texans and Jets, for putting the sirens around what a punt or something like that? Fair enough. You want to hype that punt up? Do your thing. That was a crazy punt. But yeah, what's up? What's the man about? We talking about the highlight of this game so far being a punt? Because that's really what it is. That's really what it is. This was the highlight of the game. There hasn't been a better individual play. Actually, no. Maybe Quentin Johnston's catch. Maybe. But I think it might be the punt. Next game is Raiders Bucks. So again, actually, there was a point in this game where it was 14-10. I was surprised it even got to that point. Lowest of keys, Tampa Bay has not come out of the bye week strong. Went into overtime against Carolina, who is obviously playing some competitive games as of late. They've been competitive with the Chiefs and the Eagles, but you combine that with the fact that they were competitive against the Raiders, and it's just like, yeah, the Bucks, I expected them to catch fire as they got healthy out of the bye. That has not happened. They're very lucky that they're in this division, and Atlanta, New Orleans, and I mean, you argue Carolina is the second best team in terms of how they're playing right now in that division. But yeah, woeful division, but the Bucks aren't playing that well. Raider side of things, yeah, dumpster fire. They're playing Desmond Ridder. They're about to lose out. But yeah, Buccaneers, surprised to see them not rolling. Definitely surprised to see them not rolling. How far was the punt? Let's see. So he punted 59 yards to the 2, right? And then if you talk about his actually like where his foot was, right? You probably punt the ball what? Guys, what is it? 12 yards before the line of scrimmage? So you're talking about a 71-yard punt that landed exactly how he wanted it to. That's an amazing punt. But yeah, I see you, Disco Flash. Welcome. Good to see you. Decent start by the Chargers defensive line. Kind of surprised to see that. But Chiefs defense did their thing on the first drive. Small down Disco. Sorry, I'm extremely hate watching the Chiefs. For sure. You're coming after that 1 seed. Yeah, it was special. That was a great punt. What are they showing with Herbert? Did he hurt his knee on that tackle? No. I screamed at my TV when he took forever to throw it away. What was I gonna say? I forget what I was gonna say. But yeah, 2nd and 10 for the Chargers. Backed up at their own 2. Quick play here to who is that? That's not Josh Palmer. Who is number 9? Is that DJ Chark? No way. I feel like I forgot he was on this team. He's gotten so little run. Yeah, DJ Chark. Yeah, we'll see what the Chargers can be when they actually figure the receiver spot out. But they have the most random wide receiving core. 3rd and inches, probably you got a sneak coming up here. Herbert up the middle, gets a couple yards. Easy work. You got Rashawn Slater coming out of the game for 1 snap. So they got a weaker offensive line for this play. I also see that Herbert got a haircut. I don't know why he plays himself. He has some of the like better long hair that I've seen out there. That shit is like healthy. It's not thinning out. And every now and then this asshole just cuts it and gets all weird looking. Herbert takes a shot, has Josh Palmer in the middle of the field wide open for like 40 yards. Josh Palmer, fun fact, went to high school at a school that I used to live 2 minutes away from. So definitely pulling for him. One of the few Toronto-based NFL players out there. But yeah, big play for the Chargers. They are out over midfield for the second time. They've already been across midfield and punted. Big up, Leon. What games did you watch today, Leon? Because Patriots didn't play. Yeah, they didn't play, right? Yeah, the Patriots didn't play. So curious as to what you kept an eye on. Because, yeah, I watched the Eagles game at 1 and then Red Zone on a second screen. And then I watched the Bills game at 4 with Red Zone on the second screen as well. I will say, though, Red Zone showed me quite a bit of Vikings-Falcons and quite a bit of Seahawks-Cardinals. Man, Cardinals, super disappointing to get swept by Seattle. Interestingly enough, Seattle's probably going to win that division and host either Minnesota or Green Bay, who they host both of those teams within the next 3 weeks. So yeah, Seattle will get a chance to preview the two teams they go up against in the playoffs. Actually, no games. Fair enough. Then you can tap in with us. See what went on today. But yeah, so this is the thing. If they get beat by Green Bay and Minnesota, maybe they don't win the division. The Rams obviously are making a push for it. But for Seattle, it would be really interesting if they beat Green Bay or Minnesota or both, and then they're in the playoffs and they know they're going to get one of them. That would be pretty sick for them, because if they we're going to actually get to see a good playoff preview in that matchup. Right, Seattle is going to play. I do think they play Green Bay next week, and then I think Minnesota the week after, both at home. What happened? Why does Heineke have a helmet on? That would piss me the hell off if this becomes a Taylor Heineke game. Well, no yards after the big play to Palmer. Big third down here. It will be sad to see the Chargers get across midfield twice and get absolutely no points. But that's what it's building up to be. Herbert drops back. Passes to, I don't even know who that is. Is that Jalen Reagor? Oh, shit. Jalen Reagor caught a pass. Takes those bum-ass 5 yards on a 3rd and 10. Don't tell me. Are they going to punt? I mean, they kind of have to. But that's really disappointing. Really disappointing from the Chargers. And the Chiefs will start with the ball at around their own 10. And we are going to pivot to another game recap. Next one we have is Browns and Steelers. So, I mean, King, what did you think of this game? What I'll say is, it wasn't really like a discouraging performance for me offensively for Pittsburgh. Some people are going to point out at the fact that they had 150 yards passing for Wilson and they didn't have a rusher that went beyond 53 yards. What I'll say is, I think it's pretty like George Pickens in that offense is super duper important. We saw the way the offense changed when they got a deep ball, when they pivoted from Fields to Wilson. We saw how important it was for the offense to now have a deep ball. When Pickens is out of the game, it's not the same. Like they have other players that can get down the field, but it's not the same at all. So I expected them to feel that loss. So I'm not too pressed about how they played. Divisional matchup, opponent that knows how you play. You don't have a very important piece to your offense. Like I know what it's like when the Eagles don't have AJ Brown, right? So yeah, all those things. Like I didn't I didn't expect fireworks from Pittsburgh the way it was the week before. So I'm not discouraged. I thought that for Pittsburgh side of things, like things, it was solid. Um, if you look at the way Cleveland is, Cleveland with Jameis Winston is probably going to beat themselves, right? When you play that team, you gotta kind of have to acknowledge that, like, if we just don't do anything stupid, Jameis is probably going to throw a few picks, and we can just win the game by not beating ourselves. That's the reality of playing Cleveland. Oh yeah, what I'm seeing that Jameis had 2 turnovers and he had 1 fumble, but it wasn't lost. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have Pickens. You're going up against Cleveland. I think it's smart to play a bit of a reserved game offensively. Don't beat yourself. Just let Jameis beat the Browns, right? So that's what happened. Not really any huge takeaways for me from this game for Pittsburgh because, again, I know how this division is. I know how things are when you lose your number one receiver. I didn't have huge expectations. It was good for the Steelers defense to bounce back from the standpoint of they made big plays. Held Jameis under 300 yards, which neither obviously the Broncos or the Ravens could do. Kept the ground game in check for Cleveland. Got a couple big plays with the turnovers. Got 3 sacks. Yeah, Pittsburgh had a steady game. Like nothing encouraging or discouraging. Like just they did their thing. So that's what would be my takeaway for Cleveland. Not much to say. Like they just are what they are. Ground game is ineffective. Jameis is Jameis. He'll make some plays, but mess up other ones. Judy had a long touchdown, so good for him, but held in check for the most part. Cleveland is Cleveland. Not really much more to say about that team at this point. First quarter was not the best, but after that we did well. Keep Cleveland because of a semi-garbage time TV, and that's exactly what happened, bro. 100%. You just have to just play a steady game and let Jameis beat himself. The famous Jameis Bakery gave up some delicious turnovers. Yeah, he was cooking up. He was definitely cooking up in the bakery. So yeah, pretty steady game. Big one for Pittsburgh against Philadelphia next week. And I'll say this. The Eagles have yet to wear their black jerseys this year. They have a weird thing with the black jerseys. They always play well in the black jerseys. There's only 3 home games left. They're wearing throwbacks against Dallas. They're either going to wear their black jerseys against Pittsburgh or the Giants. I'm thinking they got to use the black jersey judge, the black magic, on Pittsburgh. But we'll see what they do. It's going to be a great one next week. Next game we'll get into will be Jets and Dolphins, but the game is back. So it will be after, I don't know, Mahomes either scores or turns it over or something like that. But yeah, man, so far in this game, the Chargers have 73 yards in the air and 1 yard from running backs. Guys, I've been beating the drum. I've been beating the drum ever since the Sunday night stream last week. Bro, the way the Chargers went away from the run against Atlanta was terrifying for me to see. I think that's a really bad sign. Another Jets claps. Yo, it's so funny how Aaron Rodgers is having a worse year than Zach Wilson did as a Jets quarterback. That's wild. Because hold on, was Zach Wilson ever 3-10? I actually think he may have never been 3-10. Good tackle by Golden out there on Noah Gray. Oh, it's Molden. I thought it was Golden. Not as bad as the Bears, though. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to talk about the Bears game, too. Talk about not getting an interim coach bounce, a new coach bounce. No bounce at all from that team. Actually, was the worst we've seen the Bears this year, you could argue. I'm actually going to make a point to look at that because they've had a lot of close games recently. The defensive line shows up again. 3 times now that on a big third down, the defensive line gets home to Mahomes. Amazing stuff from this defensive front. They're flashing right now. This is huge. This is a shot at the Cowboys, right? Or to be honest, it applies to a few teams though. It applies to Tennessee and Atlanta. But yeah, we got a punt for Kansas City. Really impressive stuff from the Chargers defensive line. Oh my God, Darius Davis. What are you doing? These guys, man. All good. Disco Flash. Do your thing. But yeah, Chargers defensive line. Very special stuff from them today. We'll just see what their offense can muster up. Like I said, though, they have 73 yards in the air and 1 yard from running backs. That's very discouraging. You are not going to beat the Chiefs without running the ball. So we'll see if that changes. But that side of things looks bad. Like I said, last week, they offensively, I think they went 26 pass attempts and 13 handoffs to running backs, right? I thought that was a concerning ratio. So far, what do they have? Like 6 or 7 pass attempts, 1 handoff to running backs? Because Herbert has 2 rushes. But I don't really count that as a ground game, really. Yeah, so 8 pass attempts and 2 rushes to running backs. That ratio is disturbing. But yeah, next game is Jets and Dolphins. Okay, I didn't see any of this game at all. I was very surprised at the fact that the Jets stayed in this game for as long as they did. Ultimately couldn't get it done though. I think they were up 8 in the fourth quarter and blew it at the end. Yeah. This is horrible. This is one of the most horrible Jets season I've seen because they have the oh, you're behind Disco Flash? My bad. How are you watching the game? Are you watching it on like a cable coverage? Are you watching it on online? But yeah, I cannot believe how far they've or how much they've underperformed on expectations. It's really unreal. Gotta look at some stats. I think Aaron Rodgers passed 300 yards for the first time in 1,000 days. It's been something like that. I saw some crazy stat like that. Yeah, so Rodgers had 339. Actually, it looks like he didn't play the worst this game, but they couldn't really get much going on the ground. Obviously, missing Breece Hall is tough, but they had their best game in the air in a long time. And it didn't get them a win against a Miami team who they didn't have a ground game themselves. Neither team had ground games in this game. Yeah, this was like you watch this game, and that's what kind of told me that, yeah, the Dolphins got the win, but they're done. Like, they're not making the playoffs. They don't have it. Dolphins play like shit in this game, considering their opponent. So, yeah, I don't have much else to say. I don't really pay these two teams much attention, but Gus Edwards gets 1 yard. Okay, they're up to 2 yards now on the ground from running backs. They doubled their yardage in one play, man. That's amazing. Bears think every year is their year, and it never happens. You gotta love those fan bases, man. From the outside looking in, love those fan bases that never understand when they're actually hopeless. Jets bought in on AR saving them. Yes, they basically put all their eggs in one basket, and then the basket, I don't know how you want to continue this metaphor. Either the basket caught fire or the basket got stolen. Herbert has Josh Palmer. No, Justin. No, he missed him. That was a touchdown. Holy shit. Blown coverage there. That could have been a game-breaking play. Both the Chiefs defenders bite on the double move, and Herbert just gives his receiver no chance. Bro, King, you be honest. You were ready to glaze, weren't you? You were like, like ready, set, go. You were set. And then the opportunity never materialized. 3rd and 9 now. Oh, if they punt here, they get a 3 and out here after such an opportunity. That's going to be frustrating. Pass rush gets home. Herbert's pass is tipped. Oh my God. What a disappointing drive. Chargers defense is legitimately pulling their weight in this game. Chargers offense has to figure it out. Huge play by McDuffie there. On the real blitzing corner, man. Trent McDuffie. Wait, what happened here? Oh, the punt returner had a good punt return. Okay, fair enough. So we go to another break, which means another game preview. Which one's next? Seahawks, Cardinals. Damn, we're running through these games quickly. Seahawks, Cardinals. Okay, so huge deal for Seattle to get 2 games ahead of Arizona, because I think that's what happened, right? Let me see. Yeah, 2 games ahead of Arizona and the tiebreaker. So basically, with 4 games left, they're 3 games up on Arizona. So they have this division about as good as wrapped up, aside from the Rams. Sorry, that was a horrible way to word what I was trying to say. They're not getting caught by San Fran or Arizona. This division, I think, has come down to the Rams versus the Seahawks. Like, you know how I've been putting this whole division in the same tier for like time now? Nah. The Cardinals and Niners, I think, can be dropped out. Okay, maybe, you know what? Maybe you have to keep San Fran around just because they play. You know what, though? They play the Rams, so I guess. Like, San Fran, in theory, could win all their games except Detroit. Okay, fine. But yeah, I think Arizona's out just because they got swept by the top dogs. But you know what? Fuck, they have winnable games too. You know what? I think I may have just talked myself out of it. PC is not wanting to work. Do your thing, bro. If you gotta tend to it, you gotta tend to it. It's all good. We'll be here whenever you're done. But yeah, quietly, I think with Seattle. Let me see. It seems like their defense has figured it out. Held Arizona to 24 points in total over the last 2 games. Had a decent game. You know what? They haven't really had a bad game since Buffalo at the end of October. Yeah, man, Seattle's like, they're playing some decent ball. I don't necessarily think they've been all that tested. I think they're about to play the Vikings and the Packers, and that's really what we're gonna see what they are. But sweeping Arizona is impressive. I still think Geno Smith's mistakes are going to come back to bite them at some point, but that might not be enough to dethrone them as NFC West champions. So I don't know where Anthony's asphalt is in the chat. That was the Seahawks fan that's been in here a couple times. But my bro, you might be playoff bound. Just trying to play video games and I'm laggy as heck. Damn, that's tough. When things like that happen, how does one fix a PC? I'm not even tuned out in with that world enough to know. But yeah, we'll finish this up actually at the next break. But yeah, the Chiefs have the ball. Down 3, 11:20 to go in the second. Actually, not down 3, up 3. What the hell am I saying? Oh, shit. Mahomes finds Juju. Juju gets inside the 30. Wide open in the middle of the field. What the hell happened there? This must have been a zone where the defenders got the assignments mixed up. Yep. That defender tries to pass him off to another defender. There is no other defender. So, horrible. Nothing uglier than a busted zone coverage. Absolutely nothing. First and 10. Mahomes gets sacked again? Defensive coordinator. What's his name? Minter or Mintz? No, I think it's Minter. Calling a hell of a game so far. King, man, it's been tough. How many games are you guys behind Kansas City if they lose? Ah, 1 game behind with a chance to play them. Man, Pittsburgh has a hell of a schedule here down the stretch. Casey gets some of these yards back to by getting the ball to Nuke on second down. Big third down here. This is where the Chargers defense has made plays. So if you're Andy Reid, you got to consider, I don't know what the distance is here. Probably, 6 or 7? Yeah, 6 yards. You got to get this one out. You got to get the ball out of Mahomes' hands quickly because the Chiefs' offensive line has not shown the ability to keep this Chargers defense off of Pat Mahomes. So this has to be a quick play, and it's not. Mahomes holds on to the ball. Wow. You know what? Chiefs offensive line gave him a clean pocket for a long time. Flag on the play here on the incompletion against, well, we'll see what this flag is. Harbaugh looks confused. Mahomes looks confused. Andy Reid is looking at the play sheet, so this must be on the Chargers. Oh my God. Why was he holding that much? Come on, man. Nuke didn't even put a crazy move on him or anything. He didn't even put a crazy move. Wait. Huh? Man. All the Chargers defenders were holding. Pacheco is the Wildcat quarterback. Mahomes out wide to the left. And it looks like there's a flag for false start. So whatever they had drawn up there, we'll never know. False start for DJ Humphries. I think this is his first game playing left tackle or right tackle, whatever tackle he's playing for the Chiefs. That's cool for him, I guess. Noah Gray for about 9 yards. Or I lied. To get into second and 9. So it was about 6 yards. But yeah, very young corners for the Chargers. Cam Hart's playing. Tarheeb Steele is playing. Fulton isn't even that old. Young secondary for this Chargers team. Second down. Chargers pass rushers flying around the edge on that play, but Mahomes gets the ball out of his hands quickly. And we will have a third down, another opportunity for this Chargers defense to make a play. Mahomes drops back. Not a sack from the Chargers defense, but they hit Mahomes as he was throwing it. He had Xavier Worthy early too, so Chargers defensive line playing outstanding, and they deserve more from the rest of this team. You got DBs holding for no reason. Running backs not being able to get yards. Herbert and the receivers are playing okay, but this defensive line deserves much better. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Absolutely flying around. So this field goal will give the Chiefs a 6-point lead. Obviously a competitive game here. 7:47 to go in the second. But yeah, we got to see something change. We got to see something change. But yeah. Any closing things? Oh, I was very surprised to see how well this Seattle rushing attack, or how well their offense did at running the ball, because they didn't have Kenneth Walker and they played Charbonnet, who obviously was a high pick. It's not that he's a bad player. But yeah, Charbonnet, 6 yards a carry. McIntosh, 5.4 yards a carry. Collectively, they had 29 rushes for 172 yards. That's unreal. That's an unreal amount of production from running backs. That's going to make it easy for any offense. Gino was efficient. But yeah, that's what I will say. Very surprised with how well Seattle's running backs fared. Bruh, I know. Come on, Taz, bro. How come you couldn't just say Jim? You know? But yeah, man, King is hilarious. Yeah, no, Cardinals though. Cardinals very frustrating. Seemed like they had some promise middle of the year, but getting swept by Seattle. Seattle's like, again, they're not playing bad ball, but Seattle's not good enough to sweep you. You can't get swept by them. So that's definitely disappointing. Next game. Bills Rams. Look at these numbers, bro. 44 and 42. High scoring game. Freaky ass. He's a 69 gob for sure. Yo, that's a crazy way to spell my name. And that's some crazy wordplay, bro. Hey, King dealt with that quickly. Quickly. But yeah, back to this game recap. I'm shocked. I am shocked that the Rams hung around. I don't know what the Rams mustered up, but I got an up close and personal view of the Rams when the Eagles played them. I thought, all right, cool. Like, the Rams are all right. The way the Rams played against the Dolphins on Monday night, that was my big concern. I thought that was kind of a sign that the Rams aren't that good. They played against Philadelphia. They did some decent things, but for the most part, they got handled in the second half. I did not know that they had this game in them. I don't even think Buffalo played that bad. The Buffalo's offense was cooking, grand scheme of things, right? Buffalo's defense could not stop shit, and Buffalo's defense is good. I was shocked. Like, the stuff that happened in this game when the Bills offense had the ball, not surprised, right? Obviously, the special teams play was huge, the special teams touchdown, but those happen. Those, like, a mistake here and there can happen. What happened in this game when the Rams had the ball absolutely shocked me. On both sides. Shocked that the Bills had this performance in them defensively. Shocked that the Rams had this performance in them offensively. What I will say though, Puka Nacua is unreal. Puka Nacua is something else, man. Unstoppable. For his size, like, he actually out there plays like a freak athlete tight end, right? Like, he goes out there and does basically the same type of shit that Kelsey used to do, that Gronk used to do in his prime. Like, that's the way, if you think about how he plays like a super duper tight end, right? He's obviously, from a size standpoint, he's a pretty big guy and he's very athletic. He's not as big as a tight end, obviously, but it's like, that's what Puka is, man. Puka is unreal. He's amazing. I saw the Eagles struggle with him. But obviously, the way the Bills struggled with him was crazy. And is that Matlock? I don't know who that is. But yeah, shocked that the Rams could do this. Bodes well for the Rams' push to make the playoffs. They play the Seahawks in the last week. That could be an amazing game. So I'm hoping that the Rams win some games here to make that an impactful game. But yeah, for the Bill side of things, man, you have a chance to be down 2 games, like behind 2 games behind Kansas City. That's horrible. That's really, really bad. I did not see them losing this game. They play Detroit next week. I don't know if it was a case of looking forward because I saw my Eagles clearly look forward to Pittsburgh in the game today. Among other things, we'll get to it. But man, again, I don't know if they were looking forward to Buffalo, but what I will say, as an Eagles fan that needs them to beat Detroit, thank you so much, Rams. Thank you so much. I am thrilled. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see an angry Buffalo, an angry, frustrated, motivated Buffalo as the Chargers punt this ball. Go up against Detroit. I think the Bills, after this loss is the reason they're going to go beat Detroit. And at least that's going to make the race for the 1 seed interesting, because the Eagles need to win out and they need the Lions to lose too. And the odds of that happening, I don't think are the best. But I mean, at least the Bills might contribute to that next week. You're on probation again. 100%, man. He was told how many hours he had on probation and he failed. I'm praying Cincinnati gives them belt to ass tomorrow. Yo, you know what's crazy? I kind of think Dallas is gonna win. I don't know though. I might be tripping, but I kind of really, really, really don't like how fundamentally unsound Cincinnati is. And my issue with Cincinnati is I don't know if they're going to be able to run on Dallas. Dallas is very easy to beat if you can run on them. Kind of don't think they either have the ability or the commitment to run on Dallas. And if you think about it, Dallas defensively is very undersized and athletic, right? So they're prone to getting bullied if you have, again, some size and the ability to just run at a team. Bengals don't really have that. Cowboys defense might hold up okay tomorrow. Bengals defense is absolutely dog shit. I kind of like the Cowboys tomorrow. I have to say it. I can't get past it. I just think it might be one of those things where, like, I'm so jaded about Cincinnati. I really don't believe in them. But yeah, man, Chargers, super disappointing. 1st and 14 for the Chiefs. But like, you guys are seeing it too, right? Like, the lack of running game for the Chargers is making it so tough. Pacheco gets no yards here, so we'll get 2nd and 14. Why does that look like a champagne bottle Chris Jones is drinking from? Obviously, it's not. Peter will be happy. Wait, the Ravens fan on this channel, Peter? Oh, it's a free play because of an offside. Oh, it was going to get batted too. That's tough. Big mistake there, jumping offside. For fuck's sake. What is Bosa doing, man? Jumping offsides when you're going up against Jawan Taylor. Jawan Taylor's ass, bro. You don't even need a head start. You don't need a head start to beat him. Bosa could have just chilled. Bosa could have just gave Jawan Taylor a head start. Oh. Yeah. No, 100%. So he clearly was looking for NFC teams, one of the bad teams, to go on a run to have a bandwagon to hop on in the NFC. And it's shaping up to maybe be Dallas because Saints fell apart. Panthers are just getting too many losses. Like, they got moral victories against Kansas City, Tampa Bay, and Philadelphia. But moral victories are not good enough for the playoffs. So imagine if somehow they even won, like, obviously winning 2 games out of that stretch is a lot, but they very well could have won 2 of those games. Mahomes rolls right, takes a shot to Nuke, who starts asking for a flag in the middle of the play. On 3rd and 2, goes for the home run, and it is incomplete. Man, defensive struggle. Bro, this is 0 for 2. 0 for 2 in this chat. Man got my name wrong and the sport wrong. I don't know shit about UFC. So the funny thing is I couldn't even give you the locks if I wanted to because you didn't even give me the options for the names. I couldn't even guess. I think Islam is fighting. So yeah, we're going to go with Islam as the lock. But yeah, 4th and 2. Big punt here. Big punt. This is, I think, the first time the Chargers are getting the Chiefs to punt from their own side. This could be a field position swing. No return. Punt God got a good punt off. Chargers have to fair catch it at the 35. I was thinking, man, if the Chargers could get a bit of a run back, maybe they get around, close to midfield. That'd be a great place to start a drive. But 4:45 to go. I don't know who starts the second half off with the ball, but got to get something going here. It's been ugly so far. Let me see who starts the game. Chiefs started with the ball, so Chargers will get the ball in the second half. So I talk about this a lot. Game management. 4:45 here. And you don't have a running game, so it's not going to work. But the approach here has to be to milk the clock, give the Chiefs the ball with like 40 seconds to go, get what you can get, then start the second half with the ball. I know the Chiefs ain't chatting refs. You suck. Fuck out of here. That's hilarious. That's a hilarious fan base to have that angle. Wow. But yeah, like I said, Chargers not having a running game, this is where it's going to cost you. Because if you fly up the field here, get a field goal or whatever, and the Chiefs get a respectable possession where they have a chance to do something, then you don't really get the benefit. But yeah, if you're the Chargers here, you have to try to get 2 drives in a row. I'm on meth, and I just saw Ariza punt it. Isn't he? No, he is. So he got acquitted, but he basically went undrafted. He was one of the better punt prospects in college that came out of college in a while. Then he got caught up in the madness. Was acquitted because apparently it was a false accusation. I don't know shit about that. Allegedly, all of this. And whenever the trial or the matter was taken back by the accuser, he was a free agent punter. And the Chiefs, who have a lot of money or a lot of people to pay, they can't really pay a punter. So Johnny Townsend, great punter. They let him go in free agency to Houston of all teams. And they signed Ariza. So this is the thing. I looked at that pretty interestingly. If you're Houston, right, and you're supposed to be a high-powered offense, you don't need a punter that badly. You just need a decent punter. You don't need a great punter. I think a mid-team with aspirations needs a great punter because you need every edge. You need to swing the field as often as you can, kind of win on the margins. If you're a good team, you're like Houston, what the hell are you going to do with a punter? Oddly enough, they ended up being just that mid-team that I'm talking about. So maybe they manifested that, but wasted resources for a team like Houston. Herbert starting at their own 35, 4:45 to go. Like I said, they don't have the running game for it, but they should be trying to run clock here. I guess not. Incompletion. Herbert gets hit again. Guys, if the Chargers can't run the ball, they might lose more games than we expect. They play Tampa next week. Bro. When does Dobbins come back, Jen Will? Dobbins comes back for New England. So the thing about the Chargers is they're going to win their last 2 games against New England and Vegas. It's just a matter of what happens in these 3 games here. Chiefs, Bucks, Broncos. But bro, without a running game, low-key, they might lose all of them. They might lose all these games. Because remember, Genwell, I was saying before, their pass-to-run ratio was all kinds of fucked up against Atlanta. And it's really bad again today. They're not even trying. Like, at least, because Genoa said that it wasn't that great with Dobbins. Fair enough. But at least they were trying to run, and that keeps the other team honest. Disco, you got to pray, bro. That's all you can do at this point. Fuck Kelsey getting nominated for Walter Payton. I don't know, man. Literally, maybe Man of the Year, but not Walter Payton Man of the Year. Did Walter Payton ever date a superstar? Oh, what a ball! What a ball! What is this flag gonna be? Damn, Herbert's down. What a throw, though. Oh my God, the play got called back because of a holding. Holding wipes out a 40-yard pass, and Herbert takes a shot. Talk about a disaster. Talk about a disaster. The fuck? Oh, and the Chiefs do it. No! He's still down? Bruh. By the way, I don't mean to scare anybody. Do you see the way that trainer is holding his left knee? And like moving it? I'm gonna try to see another angle again. The way they're holding his leg and getting his leg to move, that's the test you do for an ACL. That's the ACL test. And the Pro Football Doc, Dr. Chow on Twitter, he said that the medical staff is always able to tell with 99% certainty just based off that test alone whether the ACL is intact or not. So hopefully he's okay. I don't know how there would be an ACL tear on a play like this. He didn't really take a shot. I mean, he hurt his knee on the tackle earlier, but it didn't look like there's an ACL. It doesn't look like anything. And he's walking. Like, you can walk after an ACL, but I don't think they would let you walk like that. So he's probably fine. I mean, they did the test. The test probably was good. Come on. Come back, Jay Herbo. Come on. We're not trying to watch Heineke on a Sunday night. I'm not here. Heineken on a Sunday night, maybe. Heineke? No. I'm not interested. We're suing for you for false information and false diagnosis. Allegedly, I'm sprinkling every bit of as many allegedlys as I can. Heineke on 3rd and 20 goes for a run, gets out of the deep recesses of their own side of the field, but does not get the first down. And Herbert is seemingly walking to the back. Even I don't want that. That would suck for him. Don't want him to be injured again. Bro, don't tell me Heineke is going to be in this game. If Heineke is in this game, I think they might get shut out. You have a backup quarterback and you don't want to run the ball? Maybe they'll have to run it with Heineke. We'll see. But yeah. That's fucking sad, man. I hope Herbert's okay. To close off this game, Rams, if this is the type of shit that they're on, if this is how they're playing now, have a chance to make a run. You go play the Niners on Thursday Night Football, which we will do a live stream for. That's going to be huge. Yeah, that's going to be huge. Definitely think the Niners are beatable. Then they play the Jets, the Cardinals, the Seahawks. Rams could run the table. And even if they don't run the table, they could get to the point where the Seahawks that's a winnable, or like that's a win in your end game. Incompletion for Mahomes on first down. So yeah. They need to use their computer. No. Oh, okay, bro. It's the Chiefs fan. He's trying to engineer your downfall. But yeah, Rams can make a push. Puka is unbelievable. Stafford is not, going down like some of these other quarterbacks do in their mid-30s. And yeah, Bills, they're going to be pissed for next week, which I'm thrilled about. I'm so happy that that's what happened. Well, we need them to beat Detroit. And then we'll do Bears-Niners last game recap at the next break. And then second half, during commercials, we'll just do a season prediction. By the way, guys, fade of the stream is going to be interesting. Fade of the stream might be a yardage thing. Mahomes, what a throw to Xavier Worthy. Holy shit. That's a crazy throw. Off balance, getting hit, has to hit a moving target. Oh, say word. I was waiting for Joel, and he hasn't showed up yet. I will save that for Joel, though. Whenever Joel's in, we'll do Philly, Carolina. That's crazy, though. I'm trying to flush that game from my memory already. Second and 3, we're at the 2-minute warning. I'll add another break. Okay, so Bears-Niners. Holy shit. Why did the Bears look this bad? What I'll say is, prior to this game, lost by 3 points to the Lions, lost by 3 points to the Vikings, lost by 1 point to the Packers. Those were all respectable. Oh, shit. You know what? They lost by 20 and 16 to the Patriots and Cardinals. Never mind. So off the 3 decent weeks of football, I guess maybe just those were divisional games. I think maybe the Bears were still always dog shit. It's a theme this year. All these divisional games are tightly contested, regardless of what you might think of the teams. So it's like funny. They played horrible against Arizona, played horrible against New England. 3 competitive games against divisional opponents maybe hid some of the truth here, but they played today like they did against the Cardinals and the Patriots. What a horrible game. The Niners are so banged up. They were playing with a third running back, a random guy out of nowhere. Not random guy, Isaac Orlando, a 6th round pick. I actually am a little bit familiar. But the point is, they're playing with a third running back. He gets hurt. Then you're playing with a guy out of nowhere. That team doesn't have Ayuk. They don't have Trent Williams. Bosa isn't playing. This team is like the Niners team is so banged up. And they play like it every single week. And the Bears made them look good. The Bears are horrible. This is bad. And you have no new manager bounce. And you had your good games against your divisional opponents. I think they get swept in the division now. And oh my God, they play their whole division in Seattle. They play a bunch of playoff teams. The Bears, they played a bunch of bro, this schedule is a mess. Yeah, the Bears are going to lose out. Maybe they catch. Here's the thing. The only way they win a game is if they catch Detroit and Seattle, their 2 home games. If they catch those teams on crazy weather days, right? If the weather is insane, right? Because Detroit doesn't play outside. Literally this year, they've had 1 outdoors game. So maybe if it's a -30 game, they get caught up, but probably not. Because even them, they can run the ball better than Chicago can, right? So the conditions won't even affect them the same way it would affect Chicago. Again, maybe they catch Seattle in a crazy weather game, but holy shit, did this team play horrible, man. Niners side of things, I don't know what to make of this at all. Bit surprised that they had this game. I actually think it makes the Rams Niners game look very interesting on Thursday, the way both these teams played. But yeah, I can't believe it. Fucking Bears defense lost me my fantasy this week. Oh, that's tough, man. That's really tough. How can you even go to the negative points? Bro, that happens though. Bad defenses, it happens. I just can't believe it happened to a defense that was going up against a third string running back and eventually a fourth string running back. Mahomes drops back, has to scramble to create some space. You know where? I think Juju messed up there. Because, they're going to call it anyways. Because Juju jumped, he actually made it harder for the guy to interfere with him. Gail, I'm learning to realize that this is the truth. Bears are in a different type of hell right now. Yeah, what I heard was they're not interested in Ben Johnson because of all his stipulations. And like, here we go again. They're about to mess up this head coaching search. Travis Kelce gets them inside the red zone. Dude, the way this guy got cooked against Baltimore, haven't seen a corner have that bad of a day in a long time. Like, I knew he wasn't good, but goddamn, P. Ryan up the middle. I also cannot believe that that's how that name is pronounced. If I was that family, I would have started going by Perrine a long time ago. What am I? I think smacking and snacking both works. Garlic bread. I had some pasta. Cleaned up the plate with some garlic bread. Did not get a chance to eat tonight, so slowly worked through my pasta all throughout the first half. So life is good now. I'm not hungry anymore. First and goal from the 9, 50 seconds to go. 2 timeouts for the Chiefs so they can run the ball if they want to. Mahomes drops back, finds Nuke. And Nuke gets into the end zone for an explosion. So, what else? Oh, yeah. I was going to say about this game. The Chargers have 96 total yards. The Chargers have 96 total yards. If by the fourth quarter they don't have 150, we're out of here. We're not doing this. We're not watching an offense that's unable to get 150 yards through 3 quarters. We're not doing it. No. See, Taz is beating us, some of us to it. I'm turning this game off. Yo, this game again. That's what I mentioned when that's what I was mentioning when I said it earlier. That the fate of the stream for this stream might have to be offensive yards. So that's the goal. I think people, as of now, I'm projecting. And also, actually, you know what? If the Chargers get a bunch of empty calories here, if they just get a bunch of random yards for no reason and get nothing, that number will have to adjust. But we have to see this offense get some yards in the third quarter. They're down 13 now. The Chiefs might make it a 16 to 19 point game in the third quarter. So if you don't get yards and they make it a 3-score game, we're out of here, people. Better things can be done with a Sunday night. You know, got to prepare for the week and such. Let me see. Are my fantasy matchups cooked? I think they probably are. Yeah, they are. That's nasty work. Uh, damn, my weekly pick'ems were bad this week too. You said the same thing about Browns and Broncos, and you missed a banger. Yo, to be honest though, I've missed some bangers for streams that I couldn't do. I don't know if I've missed a banger in terms of ending a stream because it faded the stream. Faded the stream is undefeated. When I call game on a game, it ended up being the right thing. Like, because I think about it sometimes, like, what if I did faded the stream? The fate decided that the stream has to end, and then the game, like a crazy ending happened. Like, I've thought through what would happen in that situation. But yeah, no, 100%. But also, like, the bigger the channel gets, the less games that I'll pass up on. You know, like if this channel got monetized up to 1,000 subs, I'm doing every primetime game regardless, because at that point, at least I'm getting paid. No, bro, Fate of the Stream got me to watch that game. So that was actually the day Fate of the Stream was invented, because I was watching that game, Chargers Cardinals Monday night, and I was like, fuck, this is tough. So I was just like, whatever. If the Chargers don't get to midfield, I'm turning this game off and I'm turning the stream off. And they got to midfield. I did the same thing for the Cardinals. They got to midfield. And then just literally up to that point in the game, there wasn't that much offense. Then they just started going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I was like, holy shit, this was a cool idea. And that day, Fate of the Stream was born. Gale was there. I think King was there too. But they were here when the concept was born. Fate of the Stream works. See, this is what I'm saying. 100% of the time, Fate of the Stream works. It's undefeated. If it makes us watch a game, it's a good thing. If it makes us end a game, it's a good thing. Wait, Herbert's going to play? I mean, hell yeah, as a football fan. But I mean, I hope he's actually good and he's not toughing it out for like in a way that's going to hurt him long term. Because like, if he's going to get banged up in the next few weeks and not be there for the playoffs, what's the point? I mean, shit, ball placement on the first throw was good. He must be fine. But yeah, we got Jay Herbo back. Thank God. Quick slant to Quentin Johnston. And yeah, it's important here for the Chargers to get some points. But yeah. Damn, where's Joel, bro? We got that game to get through. I'll probably do a first thing after halftime. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what we'll do. Just saw a replay of that hit. That was just a. Oh, is it the hit that he got that he went down on? Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a hit. The earlier hit tackle in the game that kind of turned his ankle a little bit, that was tough. But the hit that he went down on wasn't that big of a deal. That's why I didn't understand why. I didn't understand what happened. Like, why is he still down? Damn, the Chargers having an impossible time getting set. Handoff up the middle to Vidal. Timeout. Kind of a weird approach to the half here, but it is what it is. Final timeout for the Chargers. They'll have a chance to maybe get an easy 10 yards to the sideline. Maybe do a Hail Mary. If you're really feeling yourself, take a shot to the end zone. I mean, like, maybe you try to go for 20 instead of 10 and then try to kick a field goal. Shit, if the Chargers lose, we're going to get 4, 8, and 5 teams. There's like layers to the AFC. You got the 10 and 11 win teams. Well, I mean, if the Chiefs win, it'll be a 12-win team. So you have 12, 10, 8, and 6. Oh, shit. If the Chiefs win, it'll literally be every team has an even number of wins, and it's descending. 12 to 10 to 8 to 6. What a weird conference. Herbert steps away from a pass rusher, chucks it to the sideline, but unfortunately Davis has No chance. 5 seconds to go. And so nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen here. So what does that mean for the Chargers offense? I think they're gonna have 110 yards of offense. So yeah, maybe you know what? I might push that 150 number to like 175. If they can't get to a 175 yards total offense by the beginning of the fourth, we're out of here. We're out of here. It's definitely 175 after those empty calories. I know the Bills scored a TD. Oh, Jen Will, amazing point. Me and my dad were watching this game, and I talked about it too. The decision to run the ball at the goal line, I thought was insane. Horrible idea. It was very important for your defense to have 3 timeouts. And at the end of the day, you're the Buffalo Bills. Like, you have a good offense. They 100% could have passed the ball, or they could have done a rollout. So you could get Josh Allen rolling to the right. If it's there to run for, you run for it. If not, you throw it. So the point is, there should have been. I know they think a sneak is probably like a 98% chance, but like, it's not. I don't know. I don't think Buffalo has enough of a history. You know what? Maybe it is. Maybe they did. They had a 98% chance of scoring on the sneak and the 2% hit, right? Like, you can't ever really find 100% outcomes. But yeah, I agree. It was very important to keep the timeout. I don't think you should have risked it with a sneak. I very much so would have thrown the ball there. So I'm with it, or I'm with you. What else we got to talk about? Yeah, we'll just finish up this one. And then I'll wait for the other. I'll wait for what's his name, Joel. But yeah, Bears Niners. Bears is cooked. Unbelievable how bad they were. Niners keeps things interesting, kind of. They play the Rams. Both teams are going into this game with momentum. I think the Rams won the first matchup. We'll see if they can sweep the Niners. But yeah, we'll have to see. What can the Niners like? Is this a result of the Bears just being so bad, or did the Niners kind of find some things? But also, if Garendo's hurt, they have to play with the 4th string running back. It's gonna be weird. Yeah, I cannot believe how bad the Bears were. Completely like out of left field. I thought they were gonna win. I was very wrong about a couple games this week. This was definitely one of them. Speaking of Joel, we beat the Cavs today. Was a nice win. Wait. Oh yeah, Miami. So Miami beat the Cavs. Interesting. It was just the Bears being bad. Think so. Oh, awesome question, Gail. What are your thoughts on Caleb? So I think we've seen the talent. So we've seen the talent from Caleb. My big takeaway on Caleb is he needs the coaching badly, because he's running the risk of being a player that, if not developed properly, is going to never really have good fundamentals and never learn how to play within structure. He plays a lot like, because something I always talked about was, this is hilarious, but this is so funny. Man said, keep it UFC. Don't kill me. But yeah, so I always used to talk about, like, people keep talking about Mahomes when they talk about Caleb. The Mahomes comparisons are because of individual moments. He has a throw every now and then that looks like Mahomes because of the arm angles and the lack of balance and blah, 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 the effortlessness, all of it, right? But he doesn't actually play like Mahomes. He plays like Kyler Murray. And the reason I say that is because both Kyler and Caleb have no interest in playing on script or playing within structure. They get the ball, go back there, and just vibe it out. They play purely off vibes. No thoughts, just vibes. We're just going to feel our way through this game. And for both of them, they've been dominant enough players at younger levels for that to work. Kyler and Caleb both have had a lot of success at very young ages. It's going to take some coaching and some negative experiences in the games for both these quarterbacks, I think, to learn. And it's began to happen with Kyler that you cannot do that. So my big takeaway with Caleb is I've seen moments where the talent is clear. However, he needs a good coach. in the first 4 or 5 years of his career, he needs good coaching. It is so important, and I do not trust the Bears to get it right. But yeah, they're like, I don't. If Caleb doesn't work out, I will forever think it's more to do with the Bears than Caleb himself. Um, but you see what's happening in the absence of coaching, right? A player who doesn't really get the basics right has some good moments here and there, but it's clearly he's in over his head. Um, the team is so bad around him, not in terms of talent, but in terms of how they're playing, that he needs to carry, and that's a really tough spot to put a rookie in. Any rookie. Um, like it's not like so. CJ Stroud last year obviously had a great season, and he was the Texans' most important piece, but he wasn't carrying. This year is proof that he wasn't carrying, right? Houston had a very good thing going on as an offense, and he was a big part of it. The Bears are asking Caleb to carry because they just put a mess around him. Everything around him is a mess. So yeah, I do think Caleb, if he gets the right coaching, he'll figure it out. But if the Bears hire a defensive coach, it's done. They have to hire an offensive coach that is guaranteed to be with him for the next 4 or 5 years. Somebody who is good with quarterbacks, has a demonstrated history, and that's how it's going to have to go. That reminds me too. I was watching some old school wrestling with Taz last night. Wait, who? Speaking of NBA, Nuggets are flip flopping like shit. They're dead ass trolling Jokic. Yeah, that's wild. Jokic said something like, "If I was in Serbia and we play that bad, we don't get paid." That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's a hilarious way to throw shade. Yo, if I was Jokic, I would have my brothers around. Not necessarily to do anything, just to be intimidating. You have to just at this point flex on everybody around you. Oh, fair enough. I was about to say, like, bro, dude in the chat. But no, that makes sense. How the fuck did we lose to the Wizards? That's shame. Wait, they broke their losing streak? That's crazy. But yeah, big up to everybody pouring in from the Sarcasm City raid. Shout out to everybody in here. Damn, the numbers just jumped up. Yeah. 77 people tuned in. Welcome to Emotion Football. This is a very different kind of football than the one you were just listening to, or listening to the panel talk about. I made that way more difficult than it had to be. But yeah, this is an American football channel. We are watching Chargers versus Chiefs Sunday Night Football. We're talking about the Sunday of football that happened today. So we're recapping games, watching a game, and then later on we will be predicting games when we do a season prediction. So big up to everybody that's tapped in. Like I said, this is Emotion Football, a different kind of football, but a fun one nonetheless. If you're new to this sport, this would be a cool place to hang out and watch the game with people who love the game and can answer your questions. If you are familiar with the sport, then come hang out. Come watch I'm not going to lie to you and say it's an interesting Sunday Night Football game, because it's not. But like I said, when the game's not great, we make the hangout great. So that's what it is. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Big up Flawless as always. Appreciate the support. We will be there. One of these basketball streams on playback, we will be there. But yeah, as General says, welcome to the Raiders. Not the Oakland or the Vegas Raiders. These Raiders are better than the Vegas Raiders. 100 million %. You know what? Game recaps. Fuck it. We got to do Eagles. I can't wait any longer. Okay, so takeaway from this game. Clearly, the Eagles played down to their competition. Looked past Carolina. A big game against Baltimore. Another big game against Pittsburgh. Kind of really didn't lock in for the game in the middle. What I will say, though, is that like when I look at the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, my takeaways are pretty different. So defensively, I'm not concerned. I think they had some moments where they weren't sharp, but when I watched the defense play, I just saw a unit that like they just decided that showing up was enough. Like I said, big game against Baltimore, another big game coming up against Pittsburgh. The defense just was vibing. They did not show up. I saw them in the backfield all game, but they just weren't wrapping up. They weren't tackling. Like it took a couple guys to tackle everybody and bring everybody to the ground, right? That's not common. Look at the way Cooper DeJean hit Derrick Henry. He had a harder time tackling Chuba Hubbard. If you think all of a sudden that the Eagles defense can't tackle, fair enough. Then it's a concern. I don't think they suddenly forgot how to tackle. I think they just showed up like, bro, this game is going to be easy. We just have to show up. Is that a good thing? No. But fortunately, we're not playing Carolina in the playoffs, right? We're not playing a team that you can look past in the playoffs. I don't think the defensive shortcomings we have today are anything to worry about or anything that I would think is going to continue into next week. I feel pretty great about that. Now, offensive side of the ball, very different. I am concerned with the passing game, and I'm particularly concerned with Jalen Hurts. Um, I've talked a lot about the Eagles this year, and like a theme that I've held on to for just about the whole year is that the pieces around Sirianni and Hurts um, are very good, and this team will go as far as they do. I've come here to say I don't think Sirianni is the problem anymore, and not to say that his bozo gene is gone, but if you look at his decision making over the last few weeks, he's made some pretty like his decision making has changed. The decision to punt this week, the decisions to take 3 points throughout the last 3-4 weeks, um, bro, he's not doing the same shit. He's not making the same mistakes. I'm at a point where I'm looking at Sirianni and I'm like, all right, man, like, am I a fan? No. Do I think you're the problem at this point? Probably no. Um, I look at Jalen Hurts and I'm like, okay, that's where the problem is right now. Because this guy, I was talking about it with Caleb. Jalen Hurts is in the same spot right now. Jalen Hurts is not playing in structure. He's not playing on script. He gets the ball, drops back, and just starts freestyling. You don't know where he's gonna look. You don't know why he makes the decisions that he makes. He looks at open receivers and just decides for some reason I don't want to throw to them. He'll miss open receivers. But like it's not like he's playing like dog shit. He makes a lot of plays, but he misses a lot of plays as well. And he's taken a lot of sacks, and a lot of them have been bad, bro. Our offensive line is really good. When we give up sacks, it's not because the offensive line isn't playing well. When we give up sacks, it's because Jalen Hurts is trying to make the play stretch for 10 seconds. That's why we give up sacks. Big up Flawless, my guy. Shout out to him. Like he says here, run up the likes, sub to the channel, running those numbers up. Big up to everybody who is just watching the Yardman show. Tap in with us. Emotion Football. We're watching Chiefs Chargers, the Sunday night football game this week. We're unpacking the games that happened earlier today, and we're gonna do a prediction for the rest of the games of the year. But yeah, man, back to Philly and Carolina, bro. It's just Jalen at this point, man. Like he has to get better. We are not winning a Super Bowl with him playing the way that he did today. I thought he missed slant routes all day. All day. I thought he had chances to get an easy 6-7 yards on a lot of plays, and he just failed to do so. Saquon is killing it. The offensive line is cooking. The receivers are great. We know the receivers are great. The defense is playing ball. It's all going to fall on the shoulders of Jalen Hurts. And my criticism with Hurts at this point is I think the reason why I think it doesn't look good is because he showed up in 2022. He clearly had a set of like, I guess like a pocket of things that were really effective for him, right? He threw 50-50 balls to AJ and Devontae. Those tended to work. He ran RPOs and he ran the ball with his legs, right? I think he had 3 things that worked. Last year, the injuries took away his running ability, and then I think teams adjusted to the RPO stuff and the deep ball stuff. The effectiveness kind of came away. I think what happened, what you saw towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year when he turned the ball over a lot, you were seeing him kind of like trying to play off instinct, right? And I think he turned the ball over so much that he's fighting his own instinct when he's out there. I don't think he's just seeing things and playing ball. That's how you're like that's the ideal way for a quarterback to be functioning. I rely on my instinct. I look around when my instinct tells me to go for something, I go for it and it works. That's the premier like spot to be in as a quarterback. The thing with Hurts is I think the turnovers from Hurts towards the beginning of the year have put him in a position where the team wants him to like go against his instinct. And I think that's why plays are running so long, because when he drops back and he sees something, he's second guessing himself. He's thinking about everything 2 to 3 times and it's taking time. It's, he has no business taking 32 sacks. Our offensive line is too good for you to have 32 sacks. We have given up 32 sacks because you can't make your mind up, because you don't trust your thoughts, because you've seen it lead to interceptions and bad throws and bad reads. So, man, it's just tough. Time is running out. We have 2 games that I think are respectable games. Steelers and Commanders. Not to say that it's a foregone conclusion that we beat the Cowboys and the Giants, because divisional games, and also we've played down to competition. Look how close the games were against Jacksonville and Carolina. Do I think all of a sudden it's not possible that we play down to our competition? Our competition that we play down to is a division rival and somebody catches us? No. But I do think that if you go and light up a Dallas and you light up a Giants, I'm not really leaving with any any huge like lessons, right? If you go light up Pittsburgh or light up Washington, that's different. That's different. If you do that, then I'm believing. But nah, man, like it's just the worry is Hurts. Everything else I feel pretty comfortable about. The worry for me is Hurts at this point. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, like I was looking forward to hearing what Joel's thoughts were. But I guess I'll go on this ramble again when he comes back. I forgot you were a Packers fan too. Yeah, no, we got one Packers fan here. We got a Steelers fan here. We got a Chargers fan here. Ban Gale. Never that, bro. Never that. Gale is solid. Gale is very, very, very solid. But yeah, where am I at with this? That's what it is. People were making it a subscribers only chat. I meant to do that as a default. I don't know if I just couldn't find where the default was, but I've been meaning to do that. Also, there's enough people in here, you know? But yeah, no, never that, man. Gale is solid. So hold on. How many yards have we got so far for the Chargers in this half? Oh, that was the first snap? What the hell? Oh no, they have 10 yards. Fair enough. Man, Josh Palmer, you had the catch. Put the ball over the line. I think I was looking down and I missed the play you're talking about. Second and 2. Strong formation here. This looks like a run. Vidal gets the toss and runs the ball. Look, this balance is needed. They gotta run it, even if it's not working. In the NFL, you have to run the ball. Holding on the defense, man, holding on the defense, uncommon to see on a running play, but it's happening more and more often because the way offenses are nowadays are getting offensive linemen to run around and really pull and get to the perimeter of runs. A lot of defensive linemen are holding offensive linemen to stop them from getting to their spots. Well, Chargers in Chiefs territory again. They're not unfamiliar with that. They've gotten into Chiefs territory a few times, but just somehow, for some reason, they have not been leaving with points. Actually, no. Why am I saying for some reason? I know there's some reason. They can't run the ball, so they're predictable. So in big moments, the Chiefs have been able to figure out the right approach defensively every single time. But yeah, we're done the game recaps now. So next commercial break, we'll start a season prediction. Literally, what, 48? No, I lied. Yeah, 48 games to predict. That's light work. And I have some like strong feelings about what's gonna happen down this stretch. Wide receiver screen to Darius Davis, the elusive punt returner, picks up about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3. Interesting to see if this team that's so running averse decides to run it. But yeah, Chargers lock in, says King. I think I want I want the Chargers to win because I don't want the Chiefs to run away with the 1 seed. I want that to be a competitive race all the way to the finish. So definitely I'm pro Chargers today. Davis in motion. Shout out the channel. It's a quick toss to Davis. So what did I say, people? Be interesting to see if this team runs the ball. And while that doesn't count as a run, that is a touch pass. Or maybe it's a handoff, but didn't want to run it up the middle. Had to do something fancy on 3rd and short. And you get what you get. Zeke Naji. I think he's on the Wolves or the Mavs. 4th and 2. Again, they're probably not going to run the ball. So they're under center. You can expect play action. Damn. Every time I'm reminded that Carson Wentz is this team's backup, it's like, oh, what the hell? He's with the Nuggets. Damn, 0 for 2, man. I got both my guesses wrong. Oh, Chris Jones was calling a timeout at the line of scrimmage. Interesting. I didn't know he has the pull like that. I mean, it makes sense, but you don't often see defensive linemen calling timeout. Well, 4th and 2. Gus Edwards in the backfield. Chark goes in motion. Play action. Herbert to Palmer for about 15 yards on 4th down. Big conversion there. So the Chargers have definitely got the yardage to continue this stream. So we're not doing fade of the stream on that account. If the Chargers leave with a field goal here and the Chiefs score a touchdown, then we'll have to bring it back. But so far, the game has survived. We're going to reset this season predictor. He has a total of 4 points the whole season. Nasty work. Wow, this play got blown up. Man, every time the Chargers try to do something fancy, it doesn't work. The flea flicker didn't work. These end arounds to Darius Davis haven't worked. All the tricky shit is not working today. All right, Chris Jones, man, game breaker. So that's the thing, like Herbert. Oh, what a ball to whoever that is. Smart. I didn't even know who that player is. Even touch. Oh, my bad. 6 points. Yo, that's crazy because if you think about it, King, he only has 6 points more than all of us put together. That's wild. Oh, what a ball from Herbert. A good catch, too. That number 27 on the Chiefs defense, Connor, he's horrible. I've seen him get I've seen a lot of different players have success against him. I think the Niners 7th round pick rookie had success against him. He got all kinds of penalties. He's gotten all kinds of penalties since I've watched. Or like in the games I've been watching throughout the year. That 27 is trash. Chiefs, honestly, they're gonna have to persevere a lot in the big games when teams are targeting him. I don't know. I mean, fortunately for them, there's not really AFC playoff teams with like superstar receivers, right? Like if the Bengals were a team like Cincinnati would punish the shit out of Kansas City for rostering 27. Gus Edwards gets into the end zone to make it a 13-7 point game. It is back to a 1-score game. Again, the Chargers have successfully brought this game back. Holy shit. W Chargers. Let's go Chargers. Make a stop. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need the defense to keep doing their thing. All things considered, man, the defense has done amazing. Has done absolutely amazing. Defensive line particularly. Let the glazing recommence. All right. So I'm going to cut this and I'm going to share this and I'm going to adjust this. And we're going to make our predictions. So far in this game, the Chiefs are winning, so we'll give it to the Chiefs. Cowboys, Bengals tomorrow. Am I the only one that thinks the Cowboys are going to win? Like, if I'm the only person, I will happily pick Cincinnati. I don't think this prediction even matters. But, like, I don't know, man. I think Dallas is going to win. So I'll leave this one up to you guys. And we'll go from there. Last game of this week. This week has some interesting matchups. I already said I got Cincy. Fair enough. Let's go Cincy. Okay. So, Dolphins, Texans. After what I saw from Miami today, I think I'm going to go Texans off the bye week. Off the bye week at home. I think that gets it done. I definitely don't like... If it wasn't a bye week, I would go Miami. But I got to go Houston here. Going Cincy against Tennessee. Can the Jags win 2 games in a row? You know what? No. The Jets, at least they got some offense today. Chiefs over Browns. Broncos against Colts with the weather. Not gonna lie, I want to watch this Mufasa origin story. Wait, what is that a reference to? Also, why do I have this thing up there? But yeah, Broncos, Colts. We got to vote for the Broncos here, but both teams coming off of bye weeks, a huge game in terms of like implications. I think a loss for Indy basically knocks them out. Ravens over Giants. So here's my thing with Bucks Chargers. Oh, there's a new Mufasa movie. Damn, I didn't know. I'll tap in though. I fuck with it. I know Moana's out. I know a lot of people want to watch that shit, but yeah, I'm unfamiliar. Not really a big movie guy, although I would want to be at some point. I love movies whenever I get around to watching them. It just doesn't happen a lot. But yeah. I don't think I love either of these teams going into this game because You guys, I've articulated it a million times. You guys know how I feel about the Chargers and how they're avoiding running the ball. But then also the Bucks haven't played that well down the stretch either. General says Chargers. We'll go Chargers. Cardinals over Patriots. Bills bounce back. Eagles against Steelers. So I think what I'm gonna say here is that I talked about how I'm giving the Eagles a loss against Pittsburgh or Washington, but I think I'm a little bit more emboldened to go Pittsburgh here and to say we beat Washington. So I'm gonna give Pittsburgh this win with a lot of big matchups coming up for them. Falcons beat the Raiders, regardless of whether that's Penix or Kirk. And then Rams Niners on Sunday Night Football. Sorry, it's not Sunday. Thursday Night Football. This one's really interesting. Both teams having great games going into this game. I think the Rams game means more. Obviously, the opponent was much better. Rams won the first game, so they're going for the sweep here. I think the Niners playing a fourth string running back catches up to them. So I'm going to go Rams here. Is Bucky Irving out? I'm not sure. Going Commanders against the Saints for sure. Saints probably going to be playing with Jacob Hayner. Going Panthers here. Panthers been playing good ball, man. Playing everybody tight. At the end of the day, Tampa, Kansas City, Philly are all better than Dallas, and they went down to the wire against all of them. So taking Carolina against Dallas, Seattle and Green Bay. I think Green Bay bounces back, and Bears dead. So that's that week. We will revisit this and do the next week at the next break. But for now, we'll revert our focus back to the game. 4th and 1 for Kansas City on their own side of the field. Too far on your own side to go for it. So they are going to punt the ball away. So the Chargers have a chance to take a lead now. Come on. Come on, Chargers. Make the AFC interesting. But yeah, Davis catches a punt, and we go to commercial again. Say less. We'll bring the season prediction back. Okay. Did I finish this week? Yes, I did. Okay. Going into the next week, Bengals and Browns. Okay. Did these teams play already? Yes, the Bengals already beat the Browns. Cool. I got the Browns winning this game. Bengals win 2 games in a row, not 3. I got Kansas City. I got Baltimore beating Pittsburgh, evening that series out. For what it's worth, so here's the thing. I think Baltimore's defense has slowly gotten a little bit better as the year's gone on. Still not particularly great, but not one of the worst in the league anymore in terms of pass defense. I think in Baltimore they figure it out. Obviously here, Pittsburgh's coming off a huge win against Philadelphia. Things kind of even out here. Tennessee against Indy. I got Indy. Buffalo over New England. Chargers and Broncos. I think I got the Broncos. Last game without Dobbins. Think is probably a tough one. I think my take with the Chargers is that if they between Tampa and Denver, they're splitting those 2 games. I don't think they're sweeping them or ending up with no wins. Todd says Dallas is going to win out and go to the playoffs with Cooper Rush. Dak is a bum. Dak is a bum is hilarious, and I co-sign that. I'm a fan of this take. Dallas is going to win out and go to the playoffs with Cooper Rush. Definitely not. I did try to make my case for Dallas winning tomorrow. I do think they're going to win, but nobody else really agrees with me. So for the season prediction, we definitely had to go Cincy over Dallas. But Dallas, I don't know. I feel like Dallas, I don't know who they play in this week, but we'll see. This is Unreal Copium. Unreal Copium. Jags against Raiders, Rams against Jets, Niners against Dolphins, and then shit. Detroit, Arizona, Philly, Carolina against Arizona. I think I want to give this one to Carolina. Okay, game's back. We're going to pivot again. Herbert takes a deep shot to QJ. Flags on the field for interference. Another underthrown deep ball results in a massive pass interference. Okay, I'll flip it when we get back to it. Because I don't feel particularly strongly about that game, but pass interference on Justin Reed. Again, these pass interference calls on underthrown deep balls, always very tough. Always very tough. But by the book, you got to call it. First and 10 on the 35. Chargers already in field goal range. But with a big play like that, with the pass interference, man, you got to take advantage of that. Get a touchdown here. Yo, another big play to Smart in the red zone. Big plays, back-to-back drives to Smart to get into the red zone. So Chargers knocking on the door now all of a sudden. No running game, no problem apparently. Man, they've absolutely blown past the target we set for them for Faded the Stream. Not even close. Hand off here to Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards, head of steam, churning his legs, gets down to around the 4. I would do something just like that again. I would actually do that until they show they can stop it in this part of the field. Herbert hands off to Edwards. Oh, so they listened to me, but I said I would do it till they show they can stop it, and boy, did they show they could stop it. Big 3rd and goal here, or not even 3rd and goal, 3rd and 3. Jalen Reagor is hurt and Will Dissly is hurt. Damn. Herbert hand play action, drops back. Oh, finds Quentin Johnson who eats contact in the end zone, and all of a sudden we got a 13-13 game with Cameron Dicker having a chance to give them a lead. Lightning bolts in the chat. I like it. I like it. Hold on, where is it? How the hell do I get a lightning bolt? The hell are the weather emojis? Damn, there's so many emojis. You know what? But yeah, big up, Joel. Good to see you. I was gonna ask you, bro, thoughts on the game today. I was waiting for you to get into that game. I caved at halftime and just talked about it anyways. But I need some Pacheco points badly. Yo, I don't know if you're gonna get it the way this game is going. Yo, what a thing to have your season hinging on Darnell fucking Mooney of all people. But yeah, lightning bolts in the chat, people. They did it. They did it. The Chargers have a lead. But yeah, we'll pivot again. Where is it? So I had the Seahawks losing the week before, so they bounced back against Minnesota. Dallas and Tampa. I got Tampa. I apologize, Taz. I think I have the Cowboys. You know what though? I think I have them losing out. No, no. Oh, yeah. I think I have them losing out. I have them going the opposite of Taz, which is tough. You know what though? That doesn't feel right. They got to get a win. I don't know where it belongs though. But yeah, Packers beat a very banged up Saints team on Monday night though. Now going into week 17, second last week of the year. I've been saying it all like for about a month now. I got Pittsburgh winning on Christmas, Baltimore too. Cincinnati and Denver. Give me Denver Chargers over Patriots. A lot of road wins here. Jags and Titans. I guess Tennessee. I guess we'll see. Buffalo wins this one. I think Cleveland gets to this one. Hey, you basically said what I said. Everybody in the chat can confirm too. I said the same thing, man. I'm just worried about the passing game. Everything else is solid. The passing game is probably going to be our downfall if it doesn't get figured out. We got 2 weeks to do things that meaningfully show that we're different, but if not, bro. And like passing game is the general issue. The specific issue is Jalen Hurts because I don't think Kellen Moore is the problem. I don't think the offensive line is the problem, and I don't think the weapons are the problem. I don't think Sirianni's gotten in the way in a while, bro. It falls squarely on Jalen Hurts' shoulders. So that's where my concern is. And the thing is the things he's struggling with right now, I think in his career, there's going to come a point in his career where he figures it out. But we need him to figure that shit out right now. Because, bro, there's a chance to win a Super Bowl. That's what we need. Yeah, it'll be a good one, man. Like I said, though, if we have on our black jerseys, audio's back. But yeah, no, I think if we wear our black jerseys, bro, I think we're gonna have a good game. If not, that's could get sticky if we don't bounce back. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, bro. If he doesn't get if he doesn't get better, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We're gonna lose to somebody. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I'd rather obviously you can never like account for these things, right? But like I'd rather lose in the divisional round than the Super Bowl, man. Super Bowl losses are tough, but it's probably gonna fall apart against somebody. Yeah, nearly picked. And it was Fulton too, bro. Fulton with good coverage. I didn't know that was possible. I really didn't. Goku, you can't be a Steelers fan, man. You're gonna break my heart. Don't kill me, bro. You got a name for everybody. A name for everybody but their name. Wait, is this a free play? Is this a free play? Shout out to Molden thinking he can hurdle people. Was it a free play? Yeah, it was. Somebody was offsides. Nah, at least it was only offsides. But yeah, the only thing that's missing is a Niners fan, and then all of Taz's main opponents are in here, man. He's obviously I'm an Eagles fan. We have a Steelers fan. All the main rivals for Dallas. Well, 3rd and 3. At least it wasn't an automatic first down. Samaje P. Ryan motions into the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the right. Kelsey to the left. Kelsey. Oh no. Come on, Chargers. We had a chance to hit him before the first down marker. Both players went for the big hit to kind of just stop him right in his tracks, and they didn't, so they both missed. Neither of them wrapped up. All right, 1st and 10. Chiefs almost at midfield. 2 minutes to go in the third. Mahomes drops back, finds Kelsey, who gets about 7 yards. You're an Eagles fan, man. I thought you were a good guy. Come to the dark side. No, thank you, bro. No, thank you. I'm happy where I am. I'm not a free agent. I'm not looking to get traded. Man, if I was a Cowboys fan, you know how much hate in my heart I would have for Jerry Jones? You know how hard it would be to live on a day-to-day basis having that much hatred in your heart, bro? I'd struggle. I'm so happy that that's not my life. Man, Jerry Jones, man, enemy of joy. But we're good not to 100%, man. Life is a lot better on this side. Well, 1st and 10 could be the last snap of the third. Mahomes gets the snap off. Chargers send a blitz. Mahomes locks in, throws it deep, and it goes to nobody. Goes to absolutely nobody. He outthrew everybody. Chargers, Chiefs, everybody. Fuck the right edge there. Just tackle him. Yeah, it's tough. Cam Hart coming in like a heat-seeking missile. Unfortunately, Mahomes got rid of it right in the right time. Mahomes, hand off to Pacheco. I don't know how many points you need, Joel, but you got a couple here with Pacheco. Or like, not a couple points, but you got a couple yards here. 3rd and 3. We will not see this play, though. We will not see this play. This game is about to go to commercial because the third quarter is over. Need 8 more points. Oh, you need a touchdown. You need a touchdown. Hey, I already gave my thoughts. The passing game is the problem, man. The passing game is the problem. The defense, like, they just played sloppy ball, like unrelated to the Panthers. We just showed up, like the defense did not take the Panthers seriously, which sucks. But like, I don't think that that's a real problem. But the passing game is, bro. If we can't figure out how to become a good passing attack, real problems. T. Higgins has to save me tomorrow. He has a chance. He has a chance. He stopped and tried to. Let's go back to the season prediction. Is this whole week? No, it's not. So Giants, Colts. Give me the Colts. Oh my God, Hayner against. You know what? Even Jake Hayner gets a win here. Seahawks over Bears. Oh, Rams, Cardinals. Who won the first matchup? I think I might have the Rams sweeping if the Rams lost, or even if they won. Oh, Cardinals won? Then hell no, they don't sweep. Rams get a W. Commanders get a W. I think the Vikings won the first matchup here. Yes, the Vikings won. So give this one to the Packers, I guess. Uh, Panthers upset. Why not? Panthers upset. Eagles get the win here. Detroit gets the win here. So going into the last week here, there is a race for the 1 seed. I think the Rams basically won out. Damn, that's crazy. What's the Rams record? Yeah, the Rams could win out. Falcons are 8-8, but that's going to change pretty soon. Actually, you know what? Wait, does this set them up for? No, it's not. I think okay. We'll see what happens in the last week. But oh shit, there's a couple of 10-6 teams. How did the who did? Oh yeah, the Commanders lost to the Eagles. So pretty interesting race for the last spot here, Washington and Seattle. And then in the AFC going into the last week, we got Buffalo needing Kansas City to drop a game. Pittsburgh 1 game ahead of Baltimore. Somehow, some way, there's no wild card race, but somehow, some way, there is a race for the AFC South. We have Pacheco gets the first down, 1st and 10 coming up. And Puka, I somehow combined Puka's first and last name. Pukua. That's wild. Not picking backfired me. Opted for Ridley Wilson. Wait, which Wilson? Garrett Wilson? Yo, I have Garrett Wilson in fantasy too. That one's frustrating. Ridley. I understand. I wasn't too high on Ridley, but I get the fact that they were supposed to be an offense that, I mean, you spend so much money on a receiver. I'm assuming you have a plan to at least get him targets. At least targets, but it didn't work out. 2nd and 4 for Kansas City. Another handoff to Pacheco. Yo, if they get close to the goal line, they're getting him the touchdown. Yo, the Titans, in terms of a team that they didn't go like a Super Bowl all in, but they were all in for the playoffs, and it has completely blown up. Wait, is this a personal foul on the offense? Oh shit. Those are drive changers. What is this going to become? Like 2nd and 25? Oh, it's a headbutt. This man said, I'm a ram. And he said, I'm a ram. I'm headbutting you right now. Oh, it's 3rd and 16. And they have a random kicker too, bro. They might miss. 3rd and 16 from a place where it would be a 50-yard kick from here. No holding. No automatic first downs on holding. Mahomes drops back. Pressure. Oh, shit. He found Nuke. Oh, what a hit. What a hit by Hart. Yo. What a hit. 4th and 16. Mahomes hangs in there. Pocket collapsing. Stays till the last second. Fires a dot. An absolutely amazing pass to Nuke, who gets lit up as soon as he catches the ball. A perfect hit by number 20, shoulder to shoulder, brought the physicality, knocked the ball out of Nuke's hands. Mahomes is like, how? How does that happen and we don't get a flag? Mr. Right from 50, and he knocks it right down the middle. Big field goals from this random kicker off the street. And the Chiefs get a 2-point lead. Chiefs get a 2-point lead. 13:04 to go. Shaping up to be a decent finish. Definitely shaping up to be a decent finish. We'll see what the Chargers can do. Back-to-back great drives by the Chargers. Seem to have all the momentum. I don't know what they said at halftime, but whatever they talked about, that shit has worked for sure. When the Chargers and the Raiders play, do the Chargers have absolutely anything to play for? So what would this do? The Chargers have absolutely nothing to play for? They might fuck around and lose then. If they bench everybody, you know what? Raiders win. Chiefs for the 1 seed. You know what? Let me see. Does Denver have anything to play for? Let's say Denver wins and Baltimore wins. No, wait. Denver doesn't have shit to play for either. Then Kansas City definitely wins. Okay. Houston gets the win. Steelers, Bengals. Bengals, end of the year. They pack it in, I think. And then this shit doesn't matter, but we'll just go Jets. So the final standings in the AFC, we get shit. King, we get Steelers, Broncos here. We get Russ with a revenge game. A revenge game in the playoffs against the Broncos. Yo, Jen Will, if you guys bench your whole team, you probably do. If it's Max Crosby against whoever your backup left tackle is, and Heineke is the quarterback or Easton Stick, long day. Long day. Predict the winning drive. Touchdown or field goal. But bro, hold on. Like, we're far away from the last drive. Who has the ball in this situation? Or is that what you want to be a part of the prediction? You know what? I'm saying the way this game ends is let's go Chiefs field goal. Last drive of the game, down 2. Let's do that. We smoking on that pack again. It seems like it's always a field goal. It will be interesting stats all game. For sure. Darius Davis, what happens here? Legs. Yeah, not the return you expect from him. First and 10, Herbert, play action, drops back, doesn't like any of his options, and Nick Bolton gets to the backfield. Big sack for the Chiefs defense. Big sack for the Chiefs defense. Damn. So, second and long, you know that they're not the run it on you to surprise you kind of a team. So we'll see what happens here. Bro, these kind of big losses on sacks, these are drive changers. 2nd and 18. Yo, at that point, just take a holding penalty. Get into 1st and 20. Oh, Chiefs bring the pressure again. Oh, shit. Wow. This might be Quentin Johnston's best game of his career. The Chiefs defense, clearly that's a mistake defensively. There's no defensive scheme that leaves a guy in this much, like with this much space on 2nd and 18. So busted coverage. Quentin Johnston takes advantage of it and absolutely bodies whoever that DB is. Absolutely bodies him. that 27? No, it's not. It's number 2. I don't know who that is, but he got bodied. Yo, but here's the thing. I'm not even talking about statistically. I mean, just the game. Like, I missed whatever game you're talking about. 121 touchdown. Maybe he came through. But yo, if you talk about that, the first drive of the game, I think that big catch on 3rd and 15 when he takes the shot to the helmet. You talk about the touchdown. You talk about this catch. Like, I feel like he's had the biggest moments in like the biggest moments. Like these are the biggest moments he's had in his career. Right. Again, I don't know what he did in this 120 game. Maybe he was making big clutch plays in big moments, but I'm talking about coming through in big moments. I've never seen QJ have a game like this. 2nd and 7. Oh, it's a free play. It's a free play. Somebody's offside. Wait, they're not calling it? Wow. I thought definitely one of the Chiefs players was offside. That's crazy. Smart, you could have gone alongside the touchline. Yeah, he broke it inside. Didn't need to. Stone Smart. Wait, he has more numbers today than he had the whole year? Literally 3 for 54 today. He had 3 for 44 the entire year. Gus Edwards for the Chargers' best run of the day on the ground. Picks up the 10 yards for the first down. Chargers maybe starting to figure out how to run the ball. Wait. Here go the refs. Did they call this back? Oh, that's the play beforehand. Whoever got a smart parlay is rich today. Definitely. If you have Stone Smart on your parlays, you might have an issue. You might be too deep into this world. Vidal picks up half a yard maybe on first down. Oh, good thing about this Chargers drive is they got the clock running. I think they want to give the ball to Kansas City probably like you know what? I think maybe 5 minutes is too short because I think the Chiefs could use too much of the clock on their drive. I think you want to give Kansas City the ball back ideally with like 7 minutes to go. So oddly enough, I don't think the Chargers should be too fixated about the clock. Like you'll burn 2 minutes just regardless of what you do. But I definitely think they don't want to take too much time here. Whatever happens, they don't want to run this down to 5 minutes. If you run it down to 5 minutes, this might be your last real drive. If you get the ball back with like 45 seconds to go, that's not a real drive. Well, 3rd down here. 3rd and like 7. God damn, bro. I'm been yawning my ass off. I forgot to have my second coffee today. I needed that shit. Herbert drops back. Slant to who is that? Josh Palmer. Another big catch from Palmer. I think it's his second of the day. Obviously, the 40-yarder when the Chargers were backed up on their own side of the field. That was a big one. But this is pretty big too. Five for 70 for Josh Palmer. If only we scored some in the first half, just like if only Jordan Poole didn't go 0 and 0. Shit. Neutral zone infraction by Kansas City. I feel like these refs have been like this hasn't been a pro Kansas City refereeing crew. I'm not going to say they've been pro Chargers because hell no, but definitely they have not been pro Kansas City. Chris Jones is pissed at somebody, and the clock is running. 1st and 5. They're gonna hand it off, aren't they? Play action. Herbert drops back. You had Josh Palmer, man. Come on. Yeah, Jay Herbo missed him there. Had him easy. Good move by Palmer, too, to get open. King says, just run it. I hear it. I hear it. Get in third and short. Oh my God. Chiefs bring the house. And he finds Palmer on almost the exact same type of throw. The very next play. This time he doesn't fuck it up. Herbert took a shot. Bounces back up gingerly. But yeah, what the hell did they do at halftime? Because they've been moving the ball fairly easily ever since. Oh no, you're good, bro. Next play. Next play. Next play. 6:40, 43. Herbert hands it off to Vidal. A lot of time on the clock. No, I hear it. There's definitely time, but oddly enough, I think that there is such thing in their position of running off too much. Because, like I said, I identified the 5 minute mark. If you give Kansas City the ball with 4 minutes to go, if they score, if they have a chance to score at the end and give you no time. And I'm scared of that. Like, not the worst idea for them to pass. Herbert looks left, looks right, doesn't like his options, gets sacked. Oh no. Big play by whoever that is. I don't even know what chief that is. But yeah, people, 57 people watching. Big up to everybody that stuck around. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. In Motion Football, we do Sunday night football streams every single Sunday. And then we do some Thursday night and Monday night football streams, depending on if the game is good. We will be back on Thursday. We'll be back on Tuesday for the landscaping stream. No Monday night stream. Oh, no. Well, I guess that's a concession that we're just going to kick the field goal. That's tough, man. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Best forms of engagement to help a YouTube channel grow. So if you want to show your appreciation for what's going on here, that's the best way to do it. Cameron Dicker will step onto the field and kick a field goal with probably like 4.5 minutes to go. The Chiefs can then effectively run the clock out and kick a field goal on the last play to win the game. Gail I think Jen will put the question in the chat asking, how is this game going to end? And I said, Chiefs field goal. The stars are aligning for that to happen. 4:30 to go. You can definitely kill all the clock. Come on defense is what he says, and that is what it'll come down to. Now, I think the Chargers defense has done some good things today. I think they've shown up in big moments. In obvious passing situations, the pass rush has got home when they know that they really don't have to play the run. They can just aggressively go up the field towards the quarterback. So they're going to be in that position quite a bit down the stretch here. We'll see if the defensive line can make a play. If you can get in situations that are obvious passing downs, you can do what they did. I think a couple of their big moments is when they had Tui Pelotu inside. So you have really three good pass rushers with Bosa, Tui Pelotu, and Mac on the field at the same time. So we'll see if that shines through. But yeah. Interesting closing stretch here. So we will get back to this season prediction. I did the whole AFC. Now we'll get to the NFC. So Rams, Seahawks, both 10-6. This is a playoff game, basically. We'll get back to this. I lied. When these two teams played, who won? I think the Rams won, but the Seahawks should have won. I think. Yes. Okay, we're going to give Seattle this one then. Everything on the line. Seattle gets it done. What are these? This is 7-9 against 7-9. Who cares, man? I guess the Niners win. Green Bay wins this one. Washington, with absolutely nothing to play for, gets swept by Dallas. Tampa. Detroit has absolutely nothing to play for, so Minnesota gets it done. Carolina gets it done against Atlanta, and Philly against the Giants. So these are the final standings for the NFC. We got Washington and Philly in the wild card weekend. Cleveland, Philly in this situation has swept Washington. So interesting to see how that would work when you play an opponent for the third time in a year. It's never easy. Although I think we're better than Washington, so I don't know. Not particularly. Wait, where did that ball bounce? Why did the flag get called? Anyways. Anyways. Damn, they're really going through the Chiefs' highlights of barely wins. Wait, ain't against who? Tampa? Hell no, not against Tampa. Mahomes drops back, tries to get Pacheco in the flat. Henley swats it down. Great defense by Henley. For real. Wait, is it because the kick was short? Let me refresh this to get the play. Recaps. Yeah, his kick was short of the landing zone, man. Talk about a big fuck up by a kicker of all people. Mahomes checked down to Pacheco. So we're talking about back-to-back plays trying to throw to Pacheco, who's covered. There's no way that this is what the Chiefs wanted to do. Clearly, like, these plays are completely locked up by the defense because the plan is never, with the game on the line, to just start throwing checkdowns to Pacheco. No way. Mahomes drops back like on cue. Chargers defensive line made plays, but oh my God, Mahomes was able to buy time and make an absolute dime of a throw to Worthy. Holy shit, Patrick. What the hell? Yo, Derwin James absolutely smoked whatever running back was in the game. P. Ryan? My goodness, bro. Derwin James. What a player. Hand off to Pacheco. Pacheco gets a couple yards. So between the penalty that gave them the start at the 40 and that big play there, the Chiefs might get to field goal range a little bit too early. Chargers have 3 timeouts. There's the 2-minute warning. I think the Chiefs have to take an injury timeout here. Lots of stoppages in this game. Not that much field left. So I do think the Chargers might get this ball back. Yeah, there's not that much field left to just keep getting first down after first down after first down. So unless they have like a very efficient drive where they get 4 or 5 yards at a time, this might be too early. Wanye Morris checks back into the game. Guy who got benched. Kelsey trying to rile him up, motivate him. But yeah, rookie that's Rookie or second-year player that's been benched a couple times this year. Enters the game in a big moment. Mahomes drops back, 2nd and 8, begins to scramble, takes off, and gets to the 33, and is now in field goal range. So Mahomes stops the clock, but with 3:20 to go, they've entered the edge of field goal range. So now if you're the Chargers, the game becomes how the hell do you get the ball back? You know the kicker is going to attempt a field goal kick for the game at the end. Sure, he might miss, but you got to do what you can do to try to get the ball back. You have 4 more stoppages of this game, meaning it would take 3 first downs for the Chiefs to ice the game. And there's literally only 34 yards left. So there's not much space to get 3 more first downs. Damn. Come on, Chargers. You got to tackle better than that. Can't just give Worthy 4 yards for no reason. That should have been at the line of scrimmage. Second down, but 3 minutes to go. Yeah, damn. So Gray in motion. Hand off to Pacheco. Somebody got into the backfield quickly, but Pacheco went the other way and is now 1 yard short. That's tough. That's tough because they're going to get this, and then the clock is going to keep running. 3rd down. The Chargers took their first time out. Fair enough. Damn. Yeah, Derwin James coming off the edge. Just the Chiefs are lucky that the play was dialed up for Pacheco to run the other way, because he would have ran right into Derwin if he was running to the right. 3rd and 1. Absolutely huge moment here. A question for the chat. What distance do you think maybe the Chiefs would go for it on 4th down for it? I think they would go for it on 4th and 1. 4th and 2, though, maybe not. Xavier Worthy being in a 3-point stance in the backfield is hilarious. Hand off to, what's his name? I don't even know who that is, but got the first down there. Oh, that was Pacheco. How could I not recognize Pacheco? That's weird. Anyways, 1st and 10. Chargers call their second timeout. 2 more stoppages left in this game. Shit. So Chiefs in a decent position to run the clock out and kick a field goal on the last attempt. I think I got the math wrong because I thought maybe they didn't have enough field to play this game, but they absolutely do. So tough scenes for the Chargers defense. You need a stop here. A first down here basically ends it, or ends your chances of getting the ball back. So they need to show up here. What do the stats look like for the Chiefs rushing attack? Chiefs are averaging around 4 yards a carry for running backs. They have 18 total rushes for 71 yards, I want to say. Yeah, 18 for 71 from the running backs. Enough efficiency to feel good about running it here. We'll see if Andy and Pat Mahomes get antsy and throw the ball at some point. But 3 downs for them. If I was them, I'd just run the ball. And if I'm the Chargers, I'm looking to play the run. And if they have the balls to throw it, you just tip your hat. But I'm here to not lose on the run. That would be my main or my approach to a situation like this. I guess we can finish off the wild card games here. See what happens. Uh, okay. Ravens beat the Texans. Steelers beat the Broncos. Bills beat the Chargers. Eagles beat the Commanders. Seahawks. I think. You know what? Nah. You know what though? I actually don't know how I feel about Packers Seahawks, but I do have the Bucks beating the Vikings because, like Peter says, man, the Bucks in that 4 seed Monday Night Football in the wild card weekend, their heritage is insane in that moment. They're showing this reel of Mahomes getting hit a bunch, bro. The Chargers need to dip them, like get into that bag of tricks and make that happen because boy, they need it. 25-26 when trailing in the fourth quarter. Man is a 500 quarterback when trailing in the fourth quarter. What the hell, man? Guy's a cheat code. Yo, I don't know how you do it, General, being in his division, but I could never. 2 yards on first down, 2nd and 8. Chargers will burn their last time out. Kareem Hunt running downhill. So I guess here, like the question has to be asked: how close would the Chiefs have to get to go for it on fourth down to just win the game and not give the Chargers another chance? Um, but I would be thinking that way, and I would run the ball here for that reason. I think you run the ball. If you end up in 4th and 1, 4th and 2, you probably go for it. But to get you probably don't go for it if it's 4th and 5, though, right? So you have to get closer and closer and closer. Mahomes, hand off to Hunt, and that's a bottled up. So 3rd and 7. This will get us down to the 2-minute warning. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get this. I think this field goal might be coming. And it's 3rd and 7, so they're probably going to pass this. If it's an incompletion, shit. God damn it. Matt Nagy is in there, man. The Chiefs' most important people are huddled up trying to figure out a solution. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and then goddamn Matt Nagy. Anyways, we can conclude our season prediction. As of right now, we got... Ooh, I shared the wrong screen. That's tough. Level of exhaustion I'm powering through right now is crazy, and I'm sure you guys can sense the lack of energy, but we push through regardless. Wait, there's no NFC games? What the hell? I forgot one. Green Bay and Seattle. You know what? Let's go Green Bay. Buffalo over Pittsburgh, Kansas City over Baltimore. Eagles against Tampa, bro. That'd be crazy. I don't want to run into that team again. The team gives me PTSD. But then in the championship game, I'm going Detroit and Buffalo. I'm saying next week is a Super Bowl preview, people. And while I have the Bills winning next week, that means I got to take the Lions in the Super Bowl. So that puts a cap on our season prediction. That's always fun to do. It changes every week. I can't put the Eagles in the Super Bowl off the performance they had this week, so that's going to have to wait. Maybe if they play good against Pittsburgh, I can put them back in the Super Bowl, but definitely don't deserve it after today. Yeah, early look at the matchups next week. There's so many good ones. So many good ones, guys. Get ready for an amazing week of football. Then the week afterwards, it's good. I mean, at least the week afterwards we get some Saturday games. Actually, hold on, guys. I might do some playoff games, some CFB playoff games. Let's see when the playoff games are for college. Okay. So the CFB playoff games are on Saturday the 21st, SMU, Penn State, Clemson. When's the rest of the first? Saturday the 21st. And then there's a fourth game that's missing. Anyways, we'll figure that out. Okay, game on the line, play action, Mahomes. Holy shit, he made the play. Bro, whoever that pass rusher is who blew by Mahomes, you lost the game, buddy. I say it all the time, man. When you're running in full sprint at somebody you're trying to tackle, it's very easy for them to get around you. Deion Henley, bro, takes a bad angle on Mahomes, runs away from Kelsey, and just lost them the game. Yep. Derwin James can't believe it. Huge play. Literally the game winner. And, well, the Chiefs will get to 12 wins, 2 games ahead of Buffalo. The Chargers will sink down to 8-5. One of the 4 8-5 teams in the conference. So everything to play for in the wild card part of the playoffs. What's it called? Bills. No, the 2 teams in the hunt, Indy and Miami. They might both drop off next week. I forget who Miami plays, but Indy plays Denver. They lose. They're 3 games out with 3 games to go. You're out. Who does Miami play next week? Miami next week plays Houston. Damn, they could both lose and both get it out of here. Man, imagine the AFC teams are locked up with 3 weeks to go. It's definitely possible. KC literally always finds a way to win, man. Somehow, some way, always winning games at the end. But yeah, this game is over, people. Shout out to everybody tapped in. 47 people still watching live. Like I said, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. I think I'm at 139. I'm at 139 subscribers. So the next subscriber will be the 140th. But that being said, people, I'll be back in a couple days on Tuesday for the landscaping stream. Then back on Thursday for Thursday night football. And then back on Sunday again for Packers Seahawks, making a habit of doing Packers games. First time Gail will have a chance to be here, though, I think. But we'll see. You guys have a good night. Take care. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. It should be a fun one. And, man, best time of the year, people. The football is about to be amazing down the stretch. And can't wait to share these moments with everybody in the chat. Catch you guys later. Take care.